Yeah, they refresh automatically.
All
It was pretty
right.
good. It's like a little bit delayed, and also the level in the bottom right is delayed.
Sorry for interrupting your pre-casting commentary, but we are getting the show on the road. Welcome back, Exiles. Thank you for staying tuned for event number 20, normal Izaro kill with one special twist. Players must use a skill with a threshold jewel. They've been provided with a threshold jewel beforehand. So, casting this event is the infamous CuteDog and legendary RaizQT. This caster combo has been requested for 3 weeks in a row, and we finally have it. I am excited. Are you guys excited?
Hello, my friends. I'm very excited to be casting with my dear friend and confidant, RaizQT, the god himself of racing.
Thanks very much.
Himself. All right, let you guys get
Hello,
to
everyone.
it. Good luck.
Cool. Let's get a little. We'll get a little going. Who are we? I'll let you take it away. Maybe we'll get some player cards on the screen.
Sure.
And,
We're looking for about 5 more minutes until we start the race. We've got DonTheCrown, Ghazzy, MartinCreek, and also Greenwald, who might also be called DansGryn. We're not 100% as to where he lies with his name. But DonTheCrown, most people should know him by now. I think maybe you even casted something with him before, CuteDog?
yeah, he's a nice, very nice guy. He's got a nice voice. I hear he's pretty good at racing. He's been in a bunch of these events, so that'll be fun to watch.
Right. Have you? Where would you put him amongst these players? It seems like he has the most experience, right?
Yeah, it seems like I've actually never watched one of those races. Apologies. Sorry,
Okay. I've seen
I only watch the
some.
girl races.
Yeah, I've seen some of DonTheCrown, and he's doing really good. I think he's improving really fast. So far, we haven't seen Martin, but Martin has been playing PoE on and off longer than me, I think. I'm not exactly sure how long you've been playing CuteDog, but I've known Martin or of Martin way back in the day when Noogie and him used to play together a lot.
Gotcha. I thought, I haven't really checked out his stream or anything. He's got the sunglasses on. Look at that. He's ready. He's made a little Dr. Disrespect cosplay there. This guy, I'm looking at his profile picture. He reminds me of a young Billy Bob Thornton. Do you see it? Like, I'm calling him Billy Bob Martin.
See it. Billy Bob Martin, sure.
And then DansGryn over here.
Yeah, he's been playing on and off for a really long time and has quite a bit of experience. I believe he was a sponsored Hearthstone player also.
Wow.
He has been Overwatch stuff, so he's definitely a gamer. Yeah, so we can see if his competitive nature will come through in this race.
Look at Ghazzy's chasing the fattest clouds right away. He is right. It even made his camera blurry.
Where is he? I can't even see him. The clouds are way too fat. He's a ninja. He disappeared.
He's playing a smoke mine build IRL right now. As you can see, he has his eyeliner on. He's going for a little Captain Jack Sparrow look. A very deep V. You can't just get that anywhere. You have to go to specialty shops like Urban Outfitters for that kind of t-shirt. And with the vape, he's got the whole package. That's going to be fun to watch him play. It's going to be more fun to watch his cam than the gameplay, I think. It's going to be great.
I believe so. I apologize for using the word ninja earlier on stream. That will not repeat. But we've also got Greenwald.
Yep.
Who I don't really know much about, to be honest. Kind of a last-minute stand-in. I think we're maybe possibly going to have dab mods, but he might have opted out. It was a 50-50 for him, and Greenwald is here to replace him. We'll see if it's going to be a worthy replacement, but as for who he is, not too much info here.
Yeah, I mean, no face cam, so maybe that'll be an advantage. He's using the narrow windowed mode capture for his game, so he's going to be able to see a little bit further on the edges of the screen. And also, I've gotten word from Havoc that he might be using the Frostbolt threshold jewel, which would allow him to maybe target a little bit off screen. So that is a huge advantage if he goes projectiles, whereas I've heard that some of these other players are going cleave.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice. What's especially interesting that the only rule was to have a threshold jewel, and all the players opted to use a level 1 ability. Ooh, That's a big Don.
That is a big Don. He goes full screen. He's giving a little intro, maybe giving some fan service. But yeah, I'm interested to see if he puts on the Black Hole Frostbolt and he gets a very nice looking character. Cleave, not that interesting to watch. The Demonic Hand Cleave will be nice. If someone has that, maybe a last minute purchase if they can hear us will make it a much more enjoyable experience. I don't know if that adds AoE. Probably doesn't, but after the EK shenanigans, you never know. And also
Ghazzy putting on the MTXs.
In real life, Ghazzy with the Fairgraves tricorn. I'm not even shocked, if you know what I mean. And there's 45 seconds left until we get started. Look at this. My goodness. Ladies, watch out. We need a little wet floor. Caution, wet floor in the chat. After Ghazzy put on the little pirate hat. And he's vaping again.
Oh my god.
I'm getting a little hot and bothered, Raiz. He's having a good time with it. So MartinCreek, he's got a little dark lighting. It kind of reminds me of a RaizQT camera setup. Dark in the background, cut off below the neck, maybe hiding some girth.
Excuse me?
And but overall he's ready. Look, he's putting on MTX. He's got the cosmetic menu up and running, and they are off. We have DonTheCrown making the first move, and he has been the first to kill the zombie. That might be a world record. He's got 2 chickens behind him. Very nice choice there. And
Martin trying to apply his wand onto his MTX step. That's not how this works, Martin. You haven't played for a while. Come on,
Dan's game is pulling up the rear here. He's opted to switch his mana potion to the 4th position, repositioning his item in his stash. Ghazzy choosing to take a vape while getting his first support gem. So he might be playing with one hand a lot of the time.
Yeah, but that's indicating, that he feels safe, he feels confident, he knows what he's doing, he knows when he can take those breaks. Yep. And I'm not so sure about some of the other players who are still possibly quite inexperienced.
Yep, DonTheCrown takes down Hillock first, picks up some items. Second kill will go to Ghazzy, and Martin will get the 3rd kill, and then last kill will be from Dan's game. And they're all right now looks like Duelist and Witch. The Witch with the fireball. And let's see what happens. They get the cleave.
Martin drops rare boots. Let's see what he gets here.
Hopefully a little MS action. Ghazzy's doing a little vendoring. Don, experience. He's looking for the boots. Doesn't get the move speed.
And interesting turn of events. We have a mule on Grinwald.
That was interesting. Okay. Wait, but he still has. He still has. Wait, did he disconnect? He still has a thing full of inventory.
Might have disconnected too early.
When he was clicking the door, he might have hit his logout macro. You think?
Yeah, but even if you're on the loading screen, you're still going to end up in town. So not exactly sure how that happened. He might have just gotten randomly disconnected. Maybe a little bit of a misplay.
Big mistake there. We'll see if it costs him. Some of these races have gone down to a few seconds.
Doesn't look out a second time, so
doesn't want to risk it.
Plays it safe.
Yeah, Don and Ghazzy and Martin all on the beach. We have a couple of cleaves coming out, and we have a frostbolt from the bottom left from Martin. So that's looking good. No black hole MTX, so it's going to be a little bit harder to spot the projectiles that are coming out.
He did try to apply those MTXs, and maybe he just didn't make it quite in time. But do keep in mind that since the players have chosen the specific skill, they can only use that skill that they have chosen. So if they would have went for an ability that you can use later on with the threshold gems, they could have used any ability that they wanted to, but they did go for the level 1. So Martin is a little bit stuck with Frostbolt, which isn't exactly known to be the greatest of AoE clearing abilities early on, or boss killing abilities at all.
And if he wants to use 2 of those threshold jewels, he's going to have to get 2 jewel sockets. So his skill tree might be a little bit iffy on the way to killing Izaro.
Oh, yeah, especially on a witch. That's going to be pretty tough. I wonder what sort of pathing he's going to go for here. I would imagine early on he will be heading into the Templar, but where is he getting that 2nd jewel if he's getting it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were allowed to have them in their inventories as like a like getting ready for the race. Now we have Dan's game. He's running into a lot of dead ends, and he's electing not to cleave away at big packs. I saw packs of 10 or more, and just runs right by them. What do you think about that strategy?
I mean, this early on, I think it's all right. We have a death. Martin falls to Hellrake, the killer, the slayer of runs.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened to me before. It's very painful. Those small life flasks sometimes just are not enough to get you back from the brink of death when you're fighting that first boss. But no worries. I believe the death penalty here is 1 minute, and so it's not the biggest deal. The big deal will be the resetting of the lab if he dies in there. So Hailrake, no big deal. He shakes it off. He's being a good sport about it, and there he goes. Frostbolt clearing up the trash. And I think he'll get the glacial cascade. Maybe it's overlapping or something because it's taking down 50% of his health with every hit. It's crazy.
Hailrake will do that certainly, but every other player outside of Grinwald also is past Hailrake at this point. Grinwald going for, in my opinion, the more superior strategy nowadays for the mud flats so that he can reach level 3 when he's on Hailrake and check again for the boots. So he definitely knows what he's doing in terms of racing, and he's definitely seen some of this action before.
Gotcha. Yeah, experience is so important here. We have a poll coming out from Havoc, and it looks like it's exactly what we expected. 44% of people think that DonTheCrown will win, followed by 32% with Ghazzy, 13% from Martin, and 0% of people that participated in the poll said that DansGryn will win. My goodness, that is some BM there. No one has any confidence in the player in the bottom right of the screen. It feels bad, man. It feels really, really bad.
He did come in a little bit late. We do know that Twitch chat likes to be swayed by different activities from different streamers, but he did come in late, so we'll see if he can pull through here. I hope he's going to prove everybody wrong.
Oh, yeah.
He definitely knows what he's doing. He is not going for the Quicksilver, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and he is a duelist.
Yeah.
So a strategy that is also very powerful because, yeah, some duelists, some marauders just don't go for the Quicksilver. Why? Why would you? If you can leap slam, why run?
Yeah, there's a little bit of extra time. And we see DonTheCrown with the fast moves. He's always keeping up his onslaught when he can. That's a huge boost. Bottom left, Martin, he's making his way, trying to find those glyphs. Ghazzy is also in the passages going towards ledge. So right now it's pretty tight race. Obviously, like you were saying earlier, the Frostbolt not very proven to be a quick racing skill. So maybe he's doing it for the memes. Maybe he wants to be a little bit different. And then as of yesterday's race, so the girls' race, the last place person in the polls actually ended up winning the race. So it'll be nice to see this as well. We have first ledge is actually going to be it's going to be DansGryn.
Yep, but he does not have that Quicksilver. Have to keep that in mind. I really wonder what sort of level players are going to go for. Again, they have to only use the ability that they chose here. And yeah, if it's Cleave and Frostbolt, I mean, Cleave isn't. They can't. Can they even use Ancestral Protector? Maybe. It is a support ability, not a main one. So, but Cleave isn't exactly known for its, great single target.
And once again, like we were talking about earlier, none of them with the Demon Hand Cleave. I'm pretty sure it's cheap. I would love to see some bad manner from the first place person. Maybe they buy it inside of the lab and equip it for the Izaro kill. That would be hilarious. I'd be willing to maybe fund that. And we have, let's see.
We do have a lot of headgear going on, though. Don has the crown, a lot of headgear going on. Ghazzy kept the hat, too. I'm not sure about Martin. Is he still wearing the sunglasses?
No, he took off the sunglasses. I think it might have been too much. Maybe he was getting trolled a little bit by his chat. But Ghazzy's has taken up a lot of screen real estate right now. Sometimes I want to say if there's a fight going on like underneath this character, I want to see that. But he's going for the full female streamer look, enlarging the cam, getting engorged.
Well, he does seem to know what he's doing. He has been very precise with his attacks, choosing his fights wisely. So maybe he's just hiding away some secret strategies going on in the bottom right. Who knows? Maybe those tips displayed boost up movement speed. We don't really know.
Yeah, it's super close right now. Everyone's in the ledge. Everyone's keeping up their onslaught. They're running. As you can see, like no one's stopping for like single mobs. They're all experienced. They're bunching up those groups with the cleave. And we have a level up from DansGryn. He's level 4 now. And we have the Frostbolt still stuck in the passages. Just slow and steady might win the race if everyone keeps dying in the lab.
But that crit, though, the second we look at it, it does look amazing. Crits all the mobs, one-shots them. We have a huge pack of blue mobs for DonTheCrown, really pumping out those levels.
And something we saw from the Blade Vortex race is that in Izaro, if you get unlucky, you might have an advantage if you're at range with the Frostbolt. Whereas the other people, if they're using Cleave, you're putting yourself in a little bit of danger.
Certainly so. Definitely. But then again, you do end up dealing, in my opinion, a lot more damage. The threshold jewel for cleave, all it gives you is AoE, I believe. And oh no, it also has fortify, I think.
And
Let me look this up.
we have a PogChamp moment from DonTheCrown. He has managed to get himself a second
Ooh.
Quicksilver. Now, I'm not too experienced with that how much RNG that adds, but in your experience, getting a second Quicksilver this early, what can we expect from him?
I think a second Quicksilver this early will definitely pull him even further in the lead. As we can see, he is the first one to make it to the climb. He does have that Quicksilver, and now a second one, so this will help him out a lot, especially that acceleration shrine too.
Oh,
Don really popping off, some might say.
wow. The
But
RNG.
he's still a duelist, so those Quicksilvers will come into play, but you know, only temporarily, really. Something like this would be a much bigger deal for Martin.
Yeah, look at that. He's got the headgear on. Looks like Sanic. And he is, with the onslaught buff, he is so quick. He can kind of take his time here to farm up some XPs. He is definitely in first place. And now Martin is also in the ledge. So there we go. Not so bad. That Frostbolt with a lot of range there. Looking that's not so bad. And he has hit. Actually, I don't have his character pulled up yet. I believe he's level 4 as well.
Well, Don really going for the items, killing the unique mob and climb. He knows he can do it, preserving that buff all the way until the entrance to prison.
But look at this.
And
We have actually the first person to enter the prison was Grinwald. So
oh,
even without the acceleration and the double Quicksilver, he has made it there. He's logging out, he's going back to town doing some shopping. Interesting turn of events. So, and also Havoc told me that there was a bug in the polling. Grinwald was actually at 10.3% chance to win, as voted upon by the community.
okay, that's a lot more respectable. I can get that. Okay, so about the same as Martin, but yeah, nothing particularly great going on, to be honest, in terms of items for any of the players outside of Dawn.
Ooh,
Level
look at the
wise,
life flasks. Don's got everything together. He's keeping his character tight. Big life flask, whereas Ghazzy and the other players, you can see Ghazzy has 3 small life flasks. Grinwald has 2, and then Martin has 2 life flasks, and then a medium one.
and also something to note too. Oh gosh, Dawn equipping those MTXs, but he's got a transmute also in his inventory, which he can opt to use on each one of his Quicksilvers. And since the Quicksilver did drop and climb, it can roll adrenaline. And then we're talking. Now that's a big deal. Even if you're leap slamming around, drop that leap slam. You're gonna be running around way faster.
I mean, his RNG's been pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised to see him use it and get a 30% roll on that adrenaline flask. It'd be pretty crazy. If Ghazzy electing to fight some mobs around the shrine, just really getting that XP. That bar is going up so fast when you clump up the mobs like that.
Oh yeah, certainly so. Don also the only one with like a rare item. He's got a rare pair of boots. Nothing particularly crazy. No movement speed, but it's working out.
Yeah, 14 life on those boots from Don. Let's see. Ghazzy has a rare helm with with a little bit of life and mana and a little bit of cold resist. The other players, the worst geared, it looks like, is maybe. Well, we can't see Martin's gear, unfortunately. He's something's going on where we can't pull up his character. But DansGryn, he has a coral ring though. He does have a coral ring with 35 life on it and double resist. So.
Well, yeah, but when you're seeing that, it might be a really good coral ring, but this early into the game, you want those iron rings, and he doesn't have it. He's also got 2 starting weapons. None of the players really, outside of Dang, who has a copper sword, have any sort of interesting gear. I mean, Martin can't really do much in terms of his gear, so luckily his profile not working is okay for us, because no matter what he finds, it's not going to affect his damage all that much.
Hopefully he has a good loot filter going on, because that's going to be huge. And I love how tight this race is right now. Look at this. Everyone going through spike traps. It looks like Ghazzy's going to be the first to touch the plaque. Oh, Ghazzy and Dan's going to touch it at the exact same time. Look at that. This is so close. And then same with Don. Don finishes it up, and they are both back on their way to Brutus.
Has Don done his trial?
I think he did. I think I saw him in the trial, because he either logged out or went back to the beginning.
Oh yeah, and he's in upper prison already. Really, those double Quicksilver showing its power already level 8. Might be going for the level 9. Definitely I always say that getting lost in prison is not really that big of a deal. The density there is pretty great. So even if you run around a little bit pointlessly for a while, as he will, you're still gaining EXP of a decent value, and you're not really falling behind because, yeah, the quicker you reach level 10, the better.
And now we see Martin bring up the rear a little bit. He's going through his first trial as well. He's choosing to wait a little bit. He's choosing not to just face tank the spike traps, which I don't think is the best idea since he has full flask there. But maybe
He is
he's a
sitting
little
on
bit
those
scared.
small flasks, yeah.
I mean, he has
Like we
more than
said,
enough to get
Martin hasn't
through.
played for a while, so maybe.
Wait, did he even
maybe
touch? Did he even touch it? I don't think. I think he skipped the plaque, Raiz,
has he?
because he came around, but he didn't go through the door that the lever opened. This might be a huge development if Martin has not touched the plaque. He
Did
hit
he
a
just
lever.
make a circle?
He hit the lever. He went back around. He was supposed to go to the door that the lever opened, which is at the very beginning. But he goes back out. He goes back out into the prison. Oh my goodness! And this could be a DQ. If he does enter the lab at level 20 something without his chat telling him that he's made a mistake, he has to go. He gets DQ'd. He has to go back for this. Maybe he knows. I saw him talking to the chat a little bit.
He sniffed out the huge blue pack. That's what it is. He was sniffing around. He's got the blue pack, and now he's pulling out the XP. He might go back. This is really where the true racing experience shows. Sadly, Martin hasn't played for a while, so yeah, he is going back. I think he's got some word from Noogie. Ooh, Noogie playing favorites here. I don't know if this is
a lot of damage. He is taking a lot of damage from the skeletons. Now, I think the best play would be to not go back now. Just keep on going. Come back at a later level when he maybe has another Quicksilver Flask or better gear to like just run right through.
He left those Necromancers behind, and they are just going to town.
They are booty blasting him. He cannot run through there. Oh my god! And he's going the wrong way again. Oh, and he gets hit with a spike trap, but he has full flask. He should be okay. He looks around. He's like, "Where's the plaque? I don't. This is a new game. Is this Diablo 3?"
Yeah, he's been here before, but I think a while ago. So we do have Mr. Grinwald heading over to Brutus, very close, following the blood trail. He knows what he's doing. His gear ain't looking that great. Got a Jade Hatchet with no real offhand, no chest piece, has that Coral Amulet. He does have Frisco gloves, but he doesn't choose to equip them. Goes for the tooling instead. Kind of
he's swapping gems. Jeez. He's going very low. He has 4 life flasks, but he was swapping gems while getting attacked by Brutus. Maybe he's just that confident in his abilities. DonTheCrown already making his way to the Spoopy Island, but this Brutus kill is looking pretty clean. Cleave is doing a lot of damage here. He's in no danger of dying. Oh, but he almost goes for the DPS race. This would be wow. That was a lot of damage coming out. He picks up some blue items, and he's going to probably log out here and go to...
But you can see Ghazzy, too. He's also fighting Brutus, and he's got a lot more confidence in him despite those small flasks. Yep, debates him with the totem and kills him really fast. Only gets a rare shield, though. Chooses not to pick it up. Knows that he doesn't need those transmutes. Ghazzy doesn't think he's going to find a second Quicksilver, so he's like, why would I even need this thing? You can't spend it on anything.
We'll apologize to DonTheCrown for missing his fast Brutus kill while we were focused on the Martin shenanigans going on.
I don't think that needs an apology, honestly. He was so fast that I think everybody missed it, honestly.
Right now, Martin gains a level. DonTheCrown is in the ship graveyard. Look at this. He's cruising right now. He's moving, changing up his items and his slot. He's doing a little inventory check. Ghazzy making his way, getting a little bit of XP, and now DansGryn is making his way towards the ship graveyard as well. And he's got a totem that he's opting to drop down. Maybe get a few extra kills on the way while he's running.
It does look like Grinwald is still level 7, so that Brutus kill was a little bit slower. Again, does not have the Quicksilver. We do have to keep on reminding that. Something important to point out is that despite Ghazzy being a little bit behind, he does seem to be doing better on the XP. Has he hit level 10? I'm not exactly sure. But even if
he just hit level 10, he just hit level 10.
So he should be using that leap slam. He's getting a lot of mobs. Prison is very well known for its mob density, fighting a little bit of a big boy pack there. But you can really utilize that leap slam to get ahead in the zone or choose to fight very large packs, which he doesn't do any of that. But it's only because he's already got the EXP. He's going for the Binding Orb.
Yeah, he's playing it safe. Those Flame Dash Harbies are quite scary. But he chooses not to kill the whole pack, it looks like. We have DonTheCrown being the first to enter the cavern. He's cruising
He did
as
not
usual.
pick up the waypoint, by the way. He didn't pick up the waypoint. Not only he's like, I don't need no Sunder in my life. He doesn't get the waypoint. This might be tragic. What if things happen? It is a 1-minute penalty, so I think most players would choose to die in a sketchy situation. But what if his hardcore reflexes kick in and he chooses to log out like a baby bit boy?
I mean, it depends where his hotkey is. Sometimes in a mode of panic, I recently started using a logout macro as of 2 days ago, and I hit that thing on accident sometimes, so that could be disastrous if you don't pick up a waypoint.
Yeah, I hit it. I have it everywhere. Actually, every key that's not keybound to my potions, I have my logout macro keybound there. So all I have to do is just smash the keyboard. So that might be the possibility for him too.
And now we see a Frostbolt versus Brutus. Let's see how it goes for him. It's not like terrible damage, but he has to reposition a whole lot. He's got 3 life flasks, in no danger of dying. Yeah, he's just kiting it around, taking about 40% of his health every time it gets hit by Brutus's.
And it's very important that it positions those frost bombs well. Not only will they deal a lot of damage, but also they are debuffing Brutus with some cold penetration, which increases his frostbolt damage.
Yep, running around. Let's see if he gets a lucky drop. Maybe he gets a life sprig or something that will help him catch up a little bit in this melee dominated race as of currently.
And the interesting part is too, he does not choose to go for any sort of flame totem, which does not get a decoy totem. So yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of kiting, something that will be a lot better on Mervo, but the sheer damage output from the melee classes might just push them over in terms of clear speed on the Mervo.
And here we're gonna see the kill come out. He's very, very low. And let's see what happens. And he gets it. And easy game, full flash now. Let's see if he chooses log out. Do you think he knows that he doesn't have to run all the way there? Oh, he's electing to run to the doorway and using the Quicksilver Flask on the way there. So obviously, he's having a good time, but some things could be improved here and there. We have a Merveil fight coming out from DonTheCrown.
Logs out now. He logged out after he exited. So he something was going on, but with a little bit of a delay. Maybe he's playing on some Australian servers or something. He is European.
Merveil, look at this.
Very unfortunate. Oh, we do
this
have
damage is nice. He puts down the totem. He's cleaving away, not taking barely any damage whatsoever. Let's see his items. He's got the iron ring. He's got a rustic sash. Very nice. Rare helm, amber amulet. Nothing too crazy. Nice rare gloves. So he chooses to reset the fight. It looks like does a little inventory management.
Yeah, he equips the Sabrez, and that will give him a lot more damage. Honestly, his damage was looking quite great for Cleave already, considering that he is on a 3-link actually with his Ancestral Protector not linked at all. And that is a pretty heavy damage output. Those sabers will do a lot. They're just slightly worse than their axe equivalent.
Yeah, just standing in the water geyser, cleaving away at second phase Merveil. He'll definitely be the first to enter the southern forest here, unless somehow he dies. But I can't imagine any scenario where that would happen with his 2 full life flasks.
Yeah, certainly playing it out very safe. But Ghazzy's just about to enter the Merveil room, and something important to point out is that he is level 11 and a half, which doesn't draw him any closer to that Sunder, but it does make a pretty big difference as to how much he will be killing in those southern forest and riverway zones. Having a lot of EXP entering Act 2 gives you a lot more control over what you want to do and when you want to do it.
Yeah, he puts on a sapphire ring, chooses to reset by going back to town. He has flasks are okay, 3 life flasks, 1 smaller mana flask. He's going to be all right as well. Don is making his way towards the forest encampment. The damage on Cleave is looking pretty good. I don't think there's anything to worry about with these players. Now, I am going to be interested to see the Frostbolt versus Merveil, but that might be in an hour or 2. I don't know if the time limit will allow for that, but hopefully the people will see a Spellcaster versus Merveil sometime this afternoon.
Definitely so. Ghazzy going off, very much worse weapons than what Don had equipped. Still dishing out a lot of damage. Something interesting to point out, Ghazzy is not using the Onslaught gem, so yep, definitely that's where all that damage missing from the weapons came from. And he gets a pretty swift kill, honestly. He's not that far behind. And again, he's on the same amount of EXP, so as long as he just runs to town now, he's going to be where Don is, and their gear is looking identical. I'm not exactly sure what Don is looking to buy. Gets a Topaz ring for the safe sins and save vault. And did you see that?
I didn't see anything.
Did you catch that? You
I didn't
didn't
catch
see
it.
anything?
I didn't see anything. I was looking at the bottom right.
I thought you would have caught it more than anybody else.
What happened?
Well, you're gonna notice in time. I'm sure some of the players in the chat have noticed already. But
Let's take a look here. Is he using the MTX?
Ding ding ding!
Look
There you
at
go.
that. Jeez, he has equipped it. This is a little bad manner to the other players, just saying, you know what? I'm already so far in the lead. I'm going to put on some MTX. I'm going to look fabulous while I make my way to Vault Oversoul.
Psychological warfare.
Ghazzy's got the leap slam going on. It's very slow. He's got a lot of hang time, you know. He's like Michael Jordan in Space Jam right now. He needs to get that faster attacks going.
Oh yeah, definitely so. Maybe he's a little bit hung up on that Mervo kill still. Giving up on the onslaught is quite a big deal, especially if you don't have those double quicksilvers, you know. But even then, you know, the 20 movement speed helps out quite a bit.
Oh yeah, we're about to see DansGryn go into the Merveil's cavern here, not too far behind the others. Like we said, we've seen some crazy catch-up action in some of the previous races. So right now, even though the races between only DonTheCrown and Ghazzy, don't count these other two players out. Doing a lot of damage with his cleave. You know, they're all pretty similar at this point with not so great gear, and so Merveil's going to go down pretty quickly. I will be very excited to see.
Greenwald didn't choose to upgrade any of his weapons. He's also only on a 2-link. The second link being Onslaught. So if you can get Onslaught going from those ads, that would be great. I'm actually not exactly sure if they can give you Onslaught. I've tried multiple times, never got it. But I am rubber ducky, so you never know.
Maybe you just got bad RNG. But if there's so many ads though that I can't see that not proccing off some of the kills. Man, DonTheCrown just moving so fast. The demon empty. It looks like the hand gives AoE. It's so big.
It's massive.
It's definitely
also
a morale boost.
Something important to point out that we were correct earlier on. The cleave gem does give fortify, so that's going to be a whole lot of HP that the melee players will just have by default. It's their main attack. They're just getting that fortify.
Let's
Who knows,
see.
might even get a warning there.
Yeah, if they know this, they might opt to go full damages instead of some more life points. What do you think on the skill tree? And that will be fun to see a faster Izaro kill. You know, whenever you're playing like Duck Duck Goose Champion around Izaro, that's never fun to watch. I want to see some face tanking. I want to see some close calls, you know, leaping out of the way of the slashes, things like that. We have Ghazzy going towards the Chamber of Sins, and DansGryn has made it to it looks like Southern Force. His leap slam is incredibly slow. It's like, I mean, it's like molasses, but maybe that's just like the resolution skewing it a little bit. But
I think it might be the widescreen. Yeah, it does feel a little bit slow, but he does have that onslaught buff going on. So yeah.
Got greater life flask. He picks it up. Ghazzy now has a better flask situation, and DonTheCrown still with the two large ones. MartinCreek making his way towards Merveil with still 2 small life flasks and 1 medium. See if that pays off for him.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna pay off. You can even see that he's like, I don't need no mana potion. Why would I need a mana potion if I don't kill things? Right?
No mana potion inside. That might be a mistake, dude. He heard you. He put on a little smallest mana potion that you get from the start of the game.
Hopefully this won't happen anymore. We're going to have to look into this issue. Maybe the players don't have their soundproof headphones on and they can see.
Yeah,
they can hear the casters.
A little metagame in there, but you know, it's all right. He's in last place. He needs the advantages that he can get. I mean, some of you guys are watching with your significant others. You might want to hire a babysitter for tonight because it's going to be a while in this race. As you know, if you are in the lab, and he goes down, he goes into a shrine, chooses to attack the Merveil's daughter, and the firestorm and the other mobs, the peppering of the hits just takes him down immediately. So 2 deaths to Martin, one from Hellrake, one to the daughter of Merveil. Very scary.
And not only is he behind, but also the other players have not died yet. So we will see. You did say that you do want to see some crazy action on Izaro with this fortified cleave setup. I don't know if that's going to happen. If the players are going to be doing all that much. Maybe if Martin makes it there, then yeah, there's going to be a lot of dodging.
Oh yeah.
I don't expect a mana potion, but He's definitely going to get it down. He will deal with ads, I think, with a lot more confidence than the other players. And just now he's reaching Mervel. Honestly, we might be joking around here a little bit. He did run into some issues, but a 28-minute Mervel with Frostbolt, not that bad.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting this to be a lot more.
Yeah, we're all friends here. For anyone in chat, it's definitely not mean spirited. It's just pretty hilarious to see everyone cleaving away without a worry in the world. And then Martin, the hand on the forehead, he's forgotten something. I think. Well, there's some issue going on where he face palmed in his face cam. So let's see what it is.
I think he's level 11, and when you hit level 11, your gems are just about to level, but not quite. So that might be part of the issue and why he's face palming there.
Yeah, we just saw Ghazzy standing in an electrocuting shrine, cleaving away, taking barely any damage, taking down those mobs so fast. So you can definitely see the difference between the spellcasters versus the melee characters here. But he's got Reveal down to like 60%. He's placing the frost bomb strategically, in no danger of dying here, unless he gets extremely unlucky and maybe frozen or something. DonTheCrown just making his way. He's going for another trial. So he knows exactly where these things are at, and I bet he knows that he's ahead. So he's going to take his time, play it safe, and make sure that once he gets the hedge maze, he can instantly go back into Izaro instead of having to go back to earlier acts.
Yep, Ghazzy also has already done his Sin's trial, so a little bit more progression over our friend Rigvold here, who, I'm sorry, Grinwald or Dan, yep, who's just now making it to Crossroads. He needs to start looking into some of those weapons. I mean, small life flask, that's okay. No Quicksilver, that's okay. But if you don't have weapons, that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he knows what he's doing as well. He's not too far behind. He's about to make his way to Chamber of Sins. He seems like a pretty chill dude. Even his bottom right of his stream says 24/7 chill streams. Now, I don't know about you, Raiz, but I've lost my cool a couple times on stream, but this guy is calm and collected. Let's see what he can do.
Yep, he does go for an essence mob. Let's see if he can kill it before. Well, I was going to go for the comparison between Martin and the white weapons duelist, but no, he does take down the cleave pulling through. Ooh. He does take it down really fast. Martin now in second phase, TPing around. Let's see if he goes for the flame dash bug. Nope. Chooses to play it out safe. That was a close attempt, though.
Yeah, he's close on that phase too. Look, Merveil's at like 20-30%. But yeah, I mean, who is basically a funny meme right now? Who would win, Cleave versus an Essence mob, or Martin's Frostbolt versus a white Sea Witch? It's going to be pretty close, down to the wire.
He's out of mana. That no mana potion strategy has cost him. He was on his last TP. He has to do it here. Yep. Merveil does move around a lot less. Ooh, went for the flame dash. He can hear the casters.
Yeah, he's flame dash. He gets a few rares here. Look at that, easy. He didn't die. So now he's gonna make his way to the Southern Forest, and at least he will be in the same act as the other three racers. So that's a big achievement there. We're all in Act 2. We have let's do a little level update. So one big thing to notice is that DonTheCrown, Ghazzy are both level 14. They're going to be coming up on level 15. Ghazzy's going to be level 15 in a couple seconds here. And DansGryn is level 11. What do you think about that currently in the location that he's in?
Ooh, that's a little bit low, especially since he's already hitting Sins too. This will be a problem. He didn't seem to go to Western Forest, which really some players only choose to do if they are already level 12. He didn't do that, so he still has River Race to go through, but Sins 2 will not be granting him all that much EXP.
We have DonTheCrown. He's going towards Alira. Now, in this situation, which bandit would you take, Raiz? He's opting to kill.
I think they're going to kill every bandit. I would personally probably go for the Alira help. But these players are only using Cleave, and sometimes Oak is like a act boss, You want to kill Oak with a melee character doing primarily physical damage? That's a real pain. That can take longer than Vol. So maybe they're going to help Oak. Maybe they're going to kill him, get the skill points. I personally would have helped Alira and spent the 10 minutes fighting Oak.
Yeah, we have Ghazzy and DonTheCrown both in the same zone right now. So Ghazzy is about to start looking for Alira. We have DansGryn. He's finished level 2 Sins. No, he's back in level 2 Sins. It looks like leaping around. And then we will probably see him head over to Western Forest as well.
Why does Ghazzy love that offhand axe so much. He is upgrading his main hand weapon, but his offhand remains the same as the start in the race. It's just a wide weapon. It's not linked. He really sees something in that weapon. Oh, Ghazzy logs out.
Oh, and as the box explodes,
Yeah.
what a professionally timed logout. He didn't want to die there. That was a lot of months. I think he could have tanked it. Honestly, if sometimes it's just if you keep attacking, you'll be a-okay. Especially if he has that big life flask in the middle there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Why would you die if you can just not, right? So he did make that decision and logged off. I think pretty safe. Not a lot of running back, and still chooses to kill the pack. Oh, there's a rare weapon.
There we
Come
go.
on, Ghazzy.
Let's see. He
Nope,
IDs
replaces
it.
the main hand. Somebody tell Ghazzy that he uses both weapons when he's cleaving. This is
Ooh.
becoming an issue.
Uh-oh. No, I don't know if that's not fair, Raze. You can't just tell people to go over to his chat and backseat game him. Now, luckily, I think Ghazzy is a man of honor. I think he's got his Twitch chat minimized. Whereas we know that Martin, he might be getting some help, but he definitely needs it. He's just hitting the waypoint now with the crossroads. Let's see which direction he chooses. Ooh, I thought he was going to go towards Caitlyn first, but he does choose to go over to Chamber of Sins. Now we have a Fidelitas kill from DansGryn. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, that lightning strike doing a lot of damage if it hits him.
Yeah.
But now it's the only mob. Ooh, he's going to 30% health. He has all his life flasks, but his flasks are healing him very slowly. Now the light rate is coming in, and that means you are damn near death, less than 35% HP.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot of life. I think I see a 3, a 2, and a 5 there. Certainly a lot more. And we've got a rip. Guess who it was?
I didn't see. I was too focused on the Fidelis kill. Was it? It looks like it was Martin. I see it in his facial expression. He somehow died. His face is ha ha. Oh man, that is rough. I don't see what he died to. Did you see?
He, I believe, was fighting a Harbinger pack. Martin is just certain that once he picks up the Threshold Jewel, he will be... He does have the Threshold Jewel, right? I think I saw 3 projectiles just now.
I think the Frostbolts were a little bit speedy as well. It's impossible to see right now until he casts. There's 3 there.
Oh, yeah.
So he's doing okay. He's doing okay. They're going, if for those of you guys that don't know what the gem does, the important thing is that it makes it hit the monsters faster and it splits the and it gives you more projectiles. So more coverage and faster coverage for the Frostbite. Now he picks up a crit shrine. So this is gonna be a lot of damage. He has to maximize his time here to get a little bit of XP and to get ahead.
Safe too. It is a cold ability, so definitely going to be freezing those mobs now with that high of a damage output as Frostbolt is. We have Ghazzy heading over to Weaver, which has already been down by DonTheCrown, who's now heading to Oak.
Look at this.
And I think Ghazzy... Did
Doing a
Ghazzy
lot
do
of damage.
The crypt? Ooh,
I didn't see him go towards Fell Shrine, no. So I don't think he's done crit, but we know that Don has done it, and he's found Oak. After he does this, he's going to go over to the waypoint, and we have actually Ghazzy and DansGryn now. They've caught up. So like we said earlier, you can't count any of these racers out. Ghazzy and DansGryn both killing Weaver, or Ghazzy already did, and DansGryn is about to kill Weaver. So very close race still. It's anybody's game at this point.
Oof, Don's sitting there. He's going for it.
Yeah, he's taking the damages, but he's confident. He still has 2 large life flasks. Maybe the filter, maybe he missed something. Maybe he's got bad RNG. But I believe at this point he can just go to a vendor and purchase some better life flasks.
Yeah, that does cost you a little bit of time. He opts to go for the not so safe strategy, but one that possibly eventually is going to work out for him. Ooh, he does have a nice layout, but chooses to forfeit it and goes to the right. If the layout of if the entrance to the Oak Zone is exiting to the left, that means that most of the time you should just stick to the left wall. Because
maybe he's trying to get that
XP.
He's close to 16.
That is a great point. Definitely so. Something to point out, Ghazzy just now hit level 17 and is going towards Crypt. So he's definitely getting a ton of levels. Hasn't equipped his Heralds yet. However, you can see the frustration, the stress on Ghazzy's face. I think every other player is quite relaxed, but Ghazzy is mad.
Yeah, he's breathing heavy. He hasn't vaped in, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes now.
That 1, and 2, he split up. The axe is gone. He is using a different offhand now, and you can see that it clearly affected his mental
There
state.
we go. Yeah, yeah. He's replacing it, and he's got a positive mental attitude. Maybe chat's helping him out a little bit. I'd like to see him take a quick vape. He needs it. He needs that nicotine in his blood. But I mean, look at that. He smiles all around.
Yeah, but he realized that he typed out lol.
There it
he
is.
wasn't laughing, and then 3 seconds later,
Look
he
at
did
this.
laugh out loud. So
my goodness, just chasing the fattest cloud. He's good. He's got that puff going, and now he's gonna go hit the next plaque without any deaths. We have Weaver going down to DansGryn. It's DansGryn's cleave is noticeably less damage than any of the other players that we've watched kill Weaver so far.
oh yeah,
It's
definitely
a lot
so.
slower.
He
But it
is
could be the
level
levels.
13.
There we go. Yeah. So we can see how much it's making a difference. As you can see, it's still going down. He's probably not in any danger of dying, but it's important to note that these few seconds, it could be another ad phase. It could be more time spent when he could be going towards the next zone. So,
Well, he is on a mission. Let's be honest. We just got news that he has chosen to never ever, no matter what, replace his weapons, and he will be carrying Izaro with level 1 weapons. And that's
damn.
why it looks a little bit different, but he knows that Martin is still a little bit behind. Therefore, he doesn't have to worry all that much.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta switch out your goals. Maybe when he got into this, he's like, I want first place, but now he's saying, I don't want last place, and that's just as good in my eyes.
Oh yeah.
We have a Caitlyn kill coming up from DonTheCrown. At 40 minutes, we will be seeing a Caitlyn kill.
Oh, so that's what Caitlyn means. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but okay. Well, he does take
There
a
you
lot of
go.
damage for those explosive arrows, getting critted there, degenerating a lot with the blood rage.
Yeah, he's totally fine though. He knows exactly what he's doing. So 40 minutes, goes back to town, has killed Caitlyn. Martin looks like he's having a rough time with Fidelitas. Every time he casts a frostbolt, he gets locked in place. It's definitely not as fast as that clean swipe from Cleave. So he is taking a lot of damage, and his big life flask is gone, and he goes down to 10% HP.
He is using a totem.
There we go. What totem is that? It looks like
that is definitely a spell totem.
Yep. We got 2 different frostbolt cells. Wait, is he electing to go just frostbolt totems? He's not doing the damage himself.
It's a 2-link frostbolt totem.
Wow.
He chooses to position the frost bombs as precisely as possible and lets the totem itself dish out the damage. An interesting strategy. We'll see if it's going to pay off for him in the end.
Jeez, you think he's gonna rush? Ancestral Bond?
He might. Honestly, he does already have the threshold jewel, so he might be heading there. On the way over there, because you would go through the top over the Templar, therefore you will be next to another jewel, which
that would be nice.
Help.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would definitely help. Ghazzy hitting a corrupted zone not too long ago, just now finds the trial. That took a little bit, especially considering he is level 17 and still not using heralds, so that is a problem. The thing that we can really see is Don's expertise, I think, coming through. The fact that he's participated in a couple of these already. He's using his blood rage. He knows what to equip. He de-equipped the second Quicksilver, goes for the double potion setup. Definitely
he's
might be moving on some tiers soon. Yeah, he's practiced.
Yeah. He's got the events and he's got the commentary as well. He's so he can learn from the pro racers. Yeah. He probably has a good relationship with them as well.
Yeah. And he's wearing a crown. That would be a little bit embarrassing. Like, imagine if you're wearing a crown and then you don't quite lose. Like, if you lose with a pirate hat or with sunglasses, that's a little bit weird, but it's not that big of a deal. I wouldn't see that at the top of Reddit, but if you lose with a crown, it might be a problem.
I mean, it's in his 17. Name, and he reminds me of Ken Jeong from the movie Role Models. He's like the king during the LARPing sessions. So, I mean, he's going to do pretty well. I think he's going to win this one. But once again, who knows? He could get unlucky in the lab. A reset is 4-5 minutes of running. So you never know. Ghazzy's hot on his heels. We have DansGryn. What is he doing?
Ghazzy's shaking his head a lot. Ghazzy just died right now. He took a
it's all right. One death isn't that bad.
Salute.
1 minute is not that bad. He's leap slamming pretty efficiently. He's going to be okay. He shouldn't get too down on himself. As long as he does like a Twitch chat, sometimes when you die and the lol emotes come out in force, you get a little bit triggered, and I hope it doesn't affect his gameplay.
Definitely not. He looks very much focused. I think he knows. Maybe it's
Face
even a little
tanking.
bit empowering, you know, kind of I'll show you who's right type of feeling. He is dropping a little bit low, so
Yeah, there's a lot of a lot
bit
of mobs
scary.
just getting free shots on him. But there we go. He's
Uh,
got the amulet. He's ready.
with that Warlord's Mark, they can really stun lock you for a long time, but he does do extremely well in that fight, and I believe deals with it a lot faster than Don. Despite the fact that Don is now level 17, about to hit level 18, and he's got 2 cleavers equipped.
Woo!
Those are slow weapons, but they really do the damage. And when it comes to fast attack, like cleave, something that a lot of people forget about Sunder is that it does have that attack speed penalty, and you can really feel it with those slower weapons. That's why most players choose to go for the faster ones because you just do enough damage. With cleave, since it's a fast attack, it's not that big of a deal if you're going to use slower weapons. As long as you're one-shotting, you're on the right track.
I mean, do you think he's saving up? Does he have a blacksmith whetstone? Maybe he can do some recipe action and get lucky with the RNG, get a fatty fizz roll.
Yeah, possibly. Most players do not still choose to go for the level 16 cleavers, instead opt to save it for the broad axe. And you can see that, yeah, he did pick up a broad axe, tried to do something with it, nothing really much happened, dropped it immediately. But that might have been a
Got
mistake.
it.
He doesn't have that much room in his inventory, but that broad axe might never come back. Sometimes you're like, I don't need this. I'm going to get it at some point anyway. And then he never gets it. And that's a
Yeah.
problem. We'll see.
We have an
Oh,
oak
gets another
kill.
one immediately.
Oof. I mean, with these things, I think Don, you saw the speed at which he picked it up and then tried to do something with it. So that just
Right.
kind of goes to show, like, for me, I would have no idea. I picked that thing up, like, yeah, it's just another axe. I don't know the numbers on this thing. I'd probably throw it back on the ground. We have an oak kill coming from Dan's game, not going as low ever. So he's doing really well. Maybe his defenses are a little bit better than his damage. And Ghazzy is doing a little facepalm action on stream. He's rubbing his eyes for some reason.
Did he
Laughing.
forget Alira?
Nervous laugh. Haha. I don't know what's going on there.
I'd have forgotten Alira. It's an interesting choice from him too. He did go down. Ooh, he's really face bombing. Could it
What
be Alira?
happened? Did he forget the apex? Did he forget a spike? I don't know what happened, but he needs to maintain a positive mental attitude. If you make a little mistake, that's fine. But if you let them add up and affect your psyche, it's gonna be a really long race, Ghazzy.
I
Keep that
don't
chin up.
believe I don't believe he's run Alira before, so this is not as big of a deal, but it does seem to be affecting his mental attitude
Yeah.
a lot more than it should.
Ooh.
Oh, we've got what's going on with that DansGryn?
I see. I know what happened.
He moved it.
Sometimes when you're leap slamming to the edge of the screen, when you click, you drag the edge of the window up and down. Ooh, so it changes resolution a little bit.
He's got a big ass bar on his screen. Does he see that big ass bar?
Interesting. Yeah, that is not good for the aesthetics for us that are viewing it, but we can maybe ignore it. There's nothing he can do about it at this point. There we go. He drags it again and he gets
Fixed
it.
immediately.
Makes it tighter. There we go. Nice. He fixes it. Thanks for providing us with a better viewing experience at the cost of a few seconds of the race. Ghazzy's leap slam looking very nice here. He's making his way to
What's
waypoints.
going on? Why did he run back to the
Yeah.
waypoint? It seems like he wants to use his TP. Oh, he wants to help Creighton, but he forgot to do a Lyra. So that's the problem. He needed to
There
go
we
back.
go.
That cost him a little bit more time, but
Yeah.
nothing to get too upset about.
He recovered.
Nothing a Vapor 2 can't fix, you know?
For me, I would have never done the portal strategy. I would have just sat there for a minute trying to collect myself, and I would have done both zones again. So he knows what he's doing. Maybe he's gonna help with chat. In between the loading screens, he's having a little fun, like maybe airing out some grievances with his mistakes. And DonTheCrown, he's making his way to the northern forest now. It looks no. This is he's already in the pyramid. So we're gonna see the first Vol Oversoul coming out from DonTheCrown pretty soon. With Ghazzy not too far behind.
Entering Nation just now. Very nice. Well, we do have MartinCreek now in the Western Forest. Honestly, I'm a little bit surprised. Martin is doing quite a bit of damage with that totem. Leaves it behind, drops the frost bomb. You can see that even if he moves off screen, he's still getting a ton of EXP. It might just work out. As long as he's going to get his second totem, it might just work out. And something interesting too is that both Ghazzy and DonTheCrown are using the Threshold Jewel now. Don did get it pretty early on, which I saw that Ghazzy did go towards Golem's Blood, which is a little bit of an interesting strategy. Most duelists would rather go over to the Ranger skill tree. Some would go for the Resolute technique. Instead, he went down to Golem's Blood, maybe looking to pick up some of the dual wielding nodes down there, or make his Izaro kill just a little bit safer with those little bit more life nodes that he can get down there. Well, we're gonna have to see.
It's interesting to see these different strategies, though. You don't want everyone playing the same exact thing and just seeing who gets the better RNG or who has a little bit better skill.
Yep.
I want to see some variety in these builds, and I like watching Martin. He's a little bit behind, but he's all smiles. He's having a good attitude about it, and those Frostbolt totems are having really good coverage, something that Cleave currently doesn't have. So maybe if there's enough ad spawns or whatever in the lab, who knows? It might be an advantage for him.
Dawn dropping really low here. Always something tricky. A lot of people tend to forget about this because it's one of those, oh, this never happened to me. I can't believe you can die like that situations. But if you do not have a Sapphire ring in Ancient Pyramid, sometimes you're going to get critted. Sometimes you're going to get hit real hard by those icy mobs. And you might just drop and it's a long rerun.
Yeah,
he is prepared with a Topaz ring that he's bought earlier, so he was definitely keeping that in mind, keeping it in his inventory. Actually, got it equipped.
Flats are looking good, except for DansGaming's flats. Look at that; he's still sitting on the large. And why is he keeping the tiny one in there? He. There's no way that could be of any use to him. Get that thing out of there. The next utility flats you find, swap it in.
Well, he did never have the Quicksilver flask, so maybe that's why he just kind of chose to keep this. Doesn't want to worry about it. One less button to click. I think definitely something that all of us can relate to. One less button to click in PoE equals 50% more fun.
That is so true. I love my 2-button builds, running down the map, just looking at Twitch chat and spam. And Ghazzy is going to make his way to the. He's in the Northern Forest right now. Going extremely quickly. I'd like to see some more leap slamming out of him. At this point, it seems like it is much faster than running without his Quicksilvers.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, Greenwald did change the rules. I think he noticed that he was falling too much behind, and he has replaced his offhand weapon. So he's halfway there, and now he's got a lot of catching up to do because he's not doing the challenge anymore. Gave up on it.
We have a Vol Oversoul proc on DonTheCrown. He is doing some inventory management, getting ready, moving everything around, getting ready for Act 3. And so this is going to be great to see.
I personally don't like leaving, once I've procced Vol, I don't like leaving the room because he is no longer actually spawning, but the sound in town is still playing.
So, I didn't know that. So he's losing seconds while he's cleaning the inventory, basically.
Pretty much. He might think that Vol is spawning and once he's going to go back in, he's going to be there. No, he's going to have to wait the same amount of time. You have to be in the instance.
Sometimes there's that visual where Vol is above ground when really he's not. He's still spawning in.
Yep, exactly. Well, Martin doing a ton of damage to Weaver here. Looking a lot better. We do not have his levels, but he's playing it very, very safe.
Yeah, we have a level 19 Ghazzy, a level 20, possibly 21 DonTheCrown, and a level 16 a level 16 DansGryn. So a huge level difference there, even though they're kind of similar there. And now we have full screen DonTheCrown. Let's see how he does against Vol Oversoul here. Pops the Blood Rage, and he's swiping away. Decent, respectable damage for sure.
Oh, yeah. Definitely so. That's a lot of damage for Cleave. He did get the Blood Rage, didn't get any of the Frenzy charges off of the ads, but that's not that big of a deal. Yeah, he can face.
Misses the lightning there. Ooh, that is nice.
That's just what he was
one
thinking.
Potion.
Yep. Topaz ring. He knew that the Topaz ring will eventually make this fight a lot easier for him. So even though it didn't look like a Warfall purchase at the time, right now it's saving him a lot of time. And yeah, Vol is dropping really fast, honestly. There's no ads. He's slamming away at the totem. Vol is confused.
Yep, right now he's got no life flask, so he can't just exactly face tank the lasers. But there we go. It goes down. He's going to pick up some items. He's going to log out. He's going back to Act 3. This is going to be fantastic to watch him, how he handles Act 3 as he's the first person there. He can play a little bit safe. Ghazzy is probably going to be the second person to come up on Vault Oversoul, followed by DansGryn, and then MartinCreek is currently, looks like he's in the Oak Zone.
Greenwald has replaced his main hand weapon now, so his damage is looking a lot better. It does seem like he's speeding up. He's getting a little bit closer to Ghazzy than he was quite a bit ago, but Ghazzy is still just now going through all the stairs in Vol's Pyramid. He knows where he needs to go. He knows there's no searching left or right. He has to get across because it is a pyramid. And I think all the players right now are looking to equip their next weapon, especially Don, who is level 20, soon to be the appropriate level. What's the next level weapon? It's 7 plus 9.
I believe that's 16.
Wrong. 21. Stupid.
You said 7 plus 9.
Yeah, 21. We do have a Oak kill by Martin here. He's not doing that much damage, but he doesn't have to deal with that immunity from Oak. He's doing quite a bit.
It seems like my math skills might be a little bit off.
It's actually quite embarrassing.
That was a little bit embarrassing. My Asian card has been revoked, but you said 9 plus 7.
Yes. We have Ghazzy waiting for the pop-up from Paul.
We might get a full screen Ghazzy right here. We're gonna forget what just happened there. Ghazzy is going to, well, I mean, his damage is probably gonna be comparable to DonTheCrown's. He is level 20 at this point, I believe. Once the screen updates, so let's see what he's able to do.
Yep. Well, if Vol immediately goes down, his damage isn't looking nearly as good. He primarily has elemental weapons, and his potions are also dropping quite a bit low here. He's gonna have to TP out for sure.
He takes it down to 50, almost 50% before Vol even goes underground. So no problem with damage. He's taking a lot of damage from these constructs though. But 3 life potions, he's in no danger there. And Dan's hot on his heels. Let's see. He is going to the pyramid. Oh, he has just hit the ancient pyramid. Okay, so he's a few minutes behind. And MartinCreek doing a lot of farming in the Oak Zone. He's treating this as if it's a map, hoping for maybe a juicy tier 1 drop that could help him out. Maybe he could sell it on standard.
Yeah, definitely so. CuteDog, you need to remind me in the future not to use old memes. They don't work over here.
Yeah, see, I didn't know. I thought you were actually asking me.
I was.
Grandpa Raiz.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I wouldn't have pulled this off with anybody else. I was hoping that you're gonna pull it off. I mean, you must have heard that math joke 100 times, around your parents. But apparently that wasn't the case, and now I'm looking a little bit weird.
No, it's all right, man. It's totally fine. Like, I think we have a good enough relationship where we can just let that one go, and we'll focus back on the race at hand.
Right. Okay. Ghazzy does have Vol down, heading to Clarissa. He is still not using Onslaught. So that's a little bit of a problem. But, well, he does do a lot of damage, honestly. I don't know. That Vol kill wasn't looking great, but he did seem with that he cleared the Clarissa guards a lot faster than Don. And
yeah, so the no Onslaught, there's really no reason for him to not be using one. Let's see if he has any green socket. Oh, it might be a socket thing. He has an Onslaught in his helmet right now. What he's doing is he's waiting for a green socket to open up. Right now he's
been waiting for a long time.
Maybe he can get a chromatic and get lucky on his chest there.
Possibly. We do have a Greenwald fighting Vol just now. We are looking at the 57-minute mark. Has to dodge a lot of those lasers. He does have that amazing coral ring, which by now is coming into play for actually giving him a lot of defense, but he still has to dodge the lasers. Doesn't have the topaz ring. Chooses to go for the white iron ring instead, just so he can save a little bit more damage. Has a lot of potions. No level 12 or level 18 potions just yet, though.
I think DonTheCrown is using the number lock trick because all of these leap slams I'm seeing come out of him are max distance leap slams.
Oh yeah,
and there's no moving when his mouse is on the edge of the screen, so he's really min maxing his strats here. He's going for another trial in the in the crematorium here. So he's really far ahead. Ghazzy is still, he's running around. He's super slow right now as compared to Don. And he's looking for even the entrance to the crematorium. Now, is there a way to find out where that might be from the slum layout? Because for me, I just kind of wander around until I see the little door pop up on the minimap.
For slums, is there a way to figure it out?
Yeah, where like the crematorium is.
Oh yeah, definitely. So if basically it boils down to if you're going to the right, you go down. If you're going to the left, you go down. And then it just leads you there. It circles around. Both times it does end up at the top, but it circles around. So it's a little bit of like one of those kawaii cat faces, the smiles. It's kind of like that.
Got chat going a little bit crazy here with the numbers here. They're having a little bit of fun while we wait for Don to find Piety. And we have MartinCreek just hitting the shadow orb, and he's going to be making his way into the northern forest. So significantly behind, but just remember he is using spells. So don't go too hard on him, chat. He is trying his best.
Apparently there was a ghost by Piety at dawn, but he didn't choose to activate it. The ghost ran away in fear, probably from Piety, honestly. If I was the ghost, I would have gone out of there too.
Oh, look, do you see how fast that was?
Oh, but he's running into problems. Yeah, you got to kill those ads. You don't just have to deal with the Piety herself. You have to deal with those ads too.
We have Ghazzy. He is now in the crematorium. Now, I'm loving how close this is. Ghazzy versus
It's getting a lot closer, honestly.
I mean,
especially if you take into consideration the fact that Ghazzy's weapons are significantly worse. So he's skilling it up.
Ghazzy's running across the fire, and he is taking so much damage from the fiery ground, but he doesn't care.
Yep. He has that flammability on him, but he's got all of this calculated.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He's got the leap slam. That'll save him some HP there. And he gets to the plaque. He's going to choose to kill this rare monster. And the discharge coming out on Ghazzy. He's got a Monka-esque situation in that drop, but he does finish it, and that is what is important. So now I believe he has 2 left. I think he did all of them as he came across the trial.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's definitely been doing all of them. Don fiddling with his inventory, going for that 21 weapon, level 21 axe, as we discussed previously. And Let's up with
what he
Martin.
got. Did he get anything? It's not updating on the Watcher, but once it does, we'll be able to see if he got a good roll.
It's a vendored weapon. It's a 63%.
Okay.
It's a 63% axe. And we've got Martin over at Northern Forest, fiddling with his gear. Still, what looks to be.
What's he doing? I mean,
I think he has a frostbolt a separate frostbolt setup now. He knows that it's going to take him a while to get over to the dual totem setup, so he has 2 setups now, alongside the frostbomb itself. So the frostball is doing a lot. But
just standing in the middle of shrines. That was 2 very close situations there. Maybe he's getting a little bit too rambunctious. He sees the totem go down, and he's like, you know what? The totem will tank for me, but sometimes, it's just RNG. The mobs choose to attack you.
Yep, definitely. But, well, we have Dawn. Is he going to pick up the bust? He has been known to pick up the bust in the other races. Yeah, he's got it. I think he's got the previous one too. The busts are.
If it's on the way, why not, right? I mean, get an extra skill point. It could be a little bit extra life damage, whatever.
Exactly, and actually, sewers is one of the better farming zones nowadays. Some players even choose to farm sewers than City of Sarn if they are under-leveled for docks, because you do run into a lot of blue packs in the sewers, and you've got blue packs at every single one of those busts that he is looking for.
There it is, and he has it. He has all 3. It says deliver the platinum bust to Hargan, so he's gonna get an easy skill point all on the way. No lost efficiency there. That was amazing. Is he gonna choose to do this essence? I think he's confident. He is going after the essence, and he's doing so much damage. He's giving them a demonic hand job, picking up the essence, and he's on his way.
Something important to point out: his main hand weapon also is an elemental main hand weapon that is pretty good. It's looking pretty good for him, and he is level 22, about to hit level 23. You do want to make sure that you are at least level 23 in docks, so that you do not get penalized in any sort of way. Something that we haven't discussed actually at all. Oh, and Ghazzy runs past the bust.
Ooh, he doesn't want it. Maybe he's
He doesn't
counting on.
want it.
Maybe in his practice runs, he never found all three on the way there. But
Mm.
if it's right there, might as well pick up the first one. It doesn't take up that much inventory space. And if you get the other two, it's such a huge advantage.
Yeah, well, we'll see what sort of levels. This is something that we haven't discussed at all, to be honest. What sort of levels are the players going to be getting? Are they going for level 28? I mean, it's not like they're going to be using any new ability. Maybe there's a big skill point. What do they do to secure a safe Izaro kill?
At this point, I think they're going to rely on the fortify. At least the cleave players are.
Right.
I think MartinCreek is going to rely on double totems. If he does that, he's free to just run around. None of this frost bomb shenanigans. Just place the totems, run around. Izaro really can't. If you are 100% moving, you cannot be killed by Izaro. I don't think.
Yep.
Especially because in the last room, there's no traps. So he's going to play it safe because I think maybe if he's looking at chat, he knows that he's in last place and he just wants to finish the event in the time limit.
Yeah, we've got, well, something that's very interesting. Ghazzy is only level 21 now. He's nowhere near level 22. He is in Catacombs looking for the trial, so you won't be getting nearly as much EXP here as Don has been getting, who was level 22 in this zone. And he TP's out.
Look at Don's timer. It has suspiciously gone down to 0. Maybe a misclick of a hotkey on the timer he's using. So afterwards, we're gonna have to look at when it stopped and add the time to the end of the on his VOD to the end of when he kills Izaro. So a little bit extra work for us, but no big deal. I'm sure he knows about it. And I don't think Don has died at all. So if he is the first to kill Izaro, it doesn't even matter, right?
Yep. Smart from Ghazzy, by the way. He knows that he's underleveled. He knows that he needs to get a little bit more EXP. Chooses to TP out of the catacombs. He's gonna do that later. He will go for that level 27 and 28 Solaris just so he can get a little bit more. He can enter docks safely. So I think this indicates that he will be going for a higher level than just the standard, to some, level 24, despite the support of the Fortify.
Yep. And now we have Martin in Western Forest. Did he not? What happened here?
He's looking for a Lyra.
Ah, okay. I see. Maybe he didn't get the. Strange.
Ooh, Ghazzy.
Oh, with the game crash. Oh, he's not happy. He is not happy.
He immediately reaches. Blow a fat one, dude.
Yep.
Oh, through his nose?
Woo! That looked good. That looks pretty good. He's got the
That was a
style points
triple.
at least. Logs back in. He's probably not going to lose that much time. Let's see if maybe it was a. Do you think he was in a zone where he needed the waypoint, maybe a marketplace?
Oh, that was a big deal. He was in
big.
Battlefronts already.
My
Well, actually, something that won't be as big of a deal. He does have to rerun the zone. He knows where the exit is, but he will be running through a undiscovered part of the zone, therefore getting a little bit more EXP.
Yep.
This zone ain't exactly known for its great mobs, but if he does kill those statues, they give a lot more EXP.
What about this though? Heralds. He's not choosing to use a herald.
Yep, that's definitely been something that's been plaguing Ghazzy's gameplay for quite a while now. He does not have any heralds. Maybe he's looking to just have a lot of mana, still utilize his Quicksilver, and yeah, maybe he's going to hit the hatred and focus on that a little bit more once he gets to that level 24.
He really needs to upgrade his mana flask. If you look at the other players, I think even MartinCreek, who is behind, has a better mana flask than Ghazzy. The other two have Grand. I think it's either called the large or the Grand mana flask. So they're in no trouble of running out of mana ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I personally really like the level 6 flask. The reason for that is because it's got at least 3 charges, actually 3.5 charges, as opposite to something like a level 12 flask that, for instance, Martin is using, that only has 2 charges. And you got to remember that these players don't have a whole lot of links. They might get a 3 link, they might get a 4 link, but their mana cost isn't going to be particularly crazy. So whenever Ghazzy uses his mana flask, as he is right now, it takes a while for it to regenerate, and his mana kind of stays there. But if you use a big boy flask, your mana just heals up, and you got to use another flask charge immediately after you've used your thing. So you don't fully really utilize your flasks.
That is a good point. That's a very good point. Looking more at Ghazzy, like Ghazzy's attack speed, his leap slam speed is like pretty good. If he pulls off a Herald, if he pulls off a Blood Rage, man, he could be going so much faster. You get a crit on the Herald of Ice, or even get a Herald of Ash. That could be juicy. So a little bit of a misplay. Maybe it's all the little things that aren't going his way, the game crash, things like that, not getting the Apex, all that good stuff.
But he's staying focused. He was very, very close to Don.
Yep. He's
Actually,
still pretty close.
He's pretty close. Yeah. Despite the entire game crash shenanigans, he's really close. He's just about to enter Solaris 2. I wasn't paying attention from the start of the zone, but Don might be debating himself real hard here.
What's happening here?
Oh, no, okay, he hits the waypoint. Well, sometimes in Solaris waypoint recently there was a layout added that if you go to the right side and immediately leads top, it's always at that end.
Oof.
So if you're not paying attention at the start of the zone, you're going to run into a big dead end. And it feels especially bad because it keeps the instance the same length. So you go down and you just immediately hit the waypoint, you know? It's like right next to the entrance.
So it saves a significant amount of time. Yeah. We have Martin coming up on the Pyramid Apex, choosing to do inventory management before clicking on the Apex. My goodness. But it's okay. You know, he's taking it slow and steady. Everything. Yep. And Vol will be coming up soon, so maybe we get a little full screen Martin action. I'd be very interested to see how his totem and his Frostbomb placement and all this good stuff affects this fight. And let's see if he logs out afterwards or if he waits for the door. What are your thoughts? Are we taking bets on if he waits for the door or logs out?
Well, he did log out and after the Brutus kill, being a little bit late. Wow, the damage actually is looking...
not bad.
It's looking good. Yeah. He does have that totem. He has a 3-link, maybe a +1 on his self-cast Frostbolt. The totem itself is only 2-link, dropping a little bit low there. Shocked for a couple seconds. And yeah, definitely utilizing that Frostbomb. His damage is looking good.
Yep, we see. You know, there's a lot of lulls, a lot of hate directed towards that. But once again, he is using a spell when all these people are leap slamming around. So keep that in mind when making the comments. We're cheering on all of our racers here today. We want them all to finish. If they do finish, it's questionable, but we want them all to finish. It's the intent that matters, my friends.
Yeah, you definitely want everybody to finish. It feels weird if they don't, right?
Yeah. I mean, maybe last place gets a consoling mustache ride from either DonTheCrown or Ghazzy. They both have a little bit of growth on their upper lip there. Looking pretty good.
Right.
So we have some farming going on the top left. We have DonTheCrown just cleaving away in the docks. He's level. There is a 2-level. Yeah, there is a 2-level difference now. Between Don and Ghazzy, but Ghazzy in the next few seconds will be gaining levels. So it'll be level 24, 23, and then we have Martin. We can't see because the watch is a little bit broken right now, and we have a level 21 DansGryn.
Doesn't look out. He chooses to mess around with his gear a little bit while waiting for that pyramid to open. It is a little bit of a new installment. Again, Martin has been playing on and off for a really long time, but a lot of these changes haven't happened until very recently. So definitely something to keep in mind for future events.
Definitely. And I mean, another thing to note is that these players are really close to be able to go into the lab. I mean, I've seen like level 27, 28, they go in there. Maybe they get a few levels in the lab itself if they clear efficiently enough. And that's kind of nice. No death penalties in terms of XP. So that's super nice as well.
Ooh.
And so
Ghazzy did the little bit of the hip thrust. And you know what that indicates? He's got the Herald going on now.
Woo! There we go. He's got a little bit extra damage, maybe a little bit more cleanup potential. And you can definitely see it. You see the Herald of Ash doing work as he is killing these mobs. So good pickup by Ghazzy. He's now going to go to the docks too. So depending on who can farm the docks a little bit better, if they stay there, that is, or if they go towards Hedge Maze to finally finish up the trials, we will see, I think, both Don and Ghazzy in the lab at the same time. It will be neck and neck.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I wonder what's going through their heads right now. Ghazzy, again, a little bit reluctant to upgrade his weapons. Don might be looking there. Well, there's a decision here. So if you're a duelist, you're not really bound to any sort of weapon specifically. If you're a Marauder, for instance, you're going to be going for axes because you're picking up axe nodes. But something that you can do is actually use a mace rather than an axe on a duelist, because most likely you're over at the ranger. And what's important is that a mace that is slower and it has a lot less steady damage. So an axe has a lot more top end damage. But
Damn.
a mace does the same amount of damage, but it is level 28 versus the 29 decorative axe.
So maybe they want to
So
level up a little bit more. Man, Raiz, you are dropping
yeah.
these knowledge bombs on me. I am gaining IQ. The chat is gaining IQ. How did Asuzara not win the race yesterday with your masterful guidance?
Lag. Her brother was playing.
I mean, we can go with the lag. All right, no big deal. I was watching a little bit of both streams yesterday when you were helping her out, and you definitely were giving some good tips. We hope the best for her. I hope she returns to racing. That was really fun to watch. Now we have MartinCreek. He's going for a trial. Okay, he's trying to catch up on all the trials, and he's doing decent damage. Probably not opting to kill that many mobs here. Ghazzy, we have a ghosted rare on Ghazzy. He's going to elect to skip it. And another thing to note is, he is going for it. He is going for it. Okay, doing some nice
dropping
damage.
low. Who's gonna dive first? Ooh,
he's going for the DPS race, and he gets it. That was a nice DPS race right there. One thing to note is that because we can't see Martin's gear, currently all we know is that Ghazzy is the only person with movement speed boots. He has a pair of blue boots that have 10% movement speed. We'll see if that helps a little bit in the lab.
I don't believe so. The boots aren't particularly good of a base. I think most players are looking for a lot of evasion and maybe a little bit of armor just so they can take a little bit less damage from those ads. Armor is calculated separately from damage reduction, so it's not like the Fortify is helping them take less damage through the armor, but it does help out with the ads nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of positioning. Maybe that extra little bit of movement in the pixels will avoid a slash or a big slam. Who knows?
I think Don is going somewhere. What are we doing here, Don? He went back to Battlefronts. He is level 24, about to hit level 25. He does have Dog's Waypoint. He has been to Solaris. What is Don thinking?
I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to level up. I mean, he has to get to the hedge maze soon. I think once he gets there, he'll be in a commanding lead. I don't know what is Ghazzy's doing, kind of the same thing. We have a little City of Sarn farming by Mr. Martin here.
Yep, that's the thing with Ghazzy, that he just now hit level 24, and the thing is he went through docks. I don't really like that decision. I don't really like doing docks at level 23. Some people choose to go for it, even if it's going to be something more of a farm fest than a race like this. But if he would have went to Catacombs instead, prior to going to docks, I think he could have gotten a bunch more EXP, and his level would be looking a lot closer to Don's right now.
Ooh, and we have an update from Havoc. Apparently, Don missed the Chamber of Sins trial and the waypoint, so he is slowly making his way back there. We'll see if Ghazzy. Oh man, can you imagine someone goes into Ghazzy's chat and tells him this and says, "Hey, you have a couple extra minutes here to just farm up, do whatever you need to do, relax, breathe a little bit, hit another vape." And we'll see what happens.
It's hard to respond to something like that immediately. I think Ghazzy has been quite tilted. You see, he's breathing heavy. He's doing the puff with his cheeks, and that's never a good sign. Even if you hear good things, you just might be like, "Oh, but my game crashed anyway." So it's not.
Yeah, you can see him looking at his second monitor. If he's looking straight on like this, that means he's looking at the game. But if he turns his head a little bit, like he has been doing lately, he's reacting to his chat. I don't think that's the right thing to do. He needs to focus. He's definitely not losing the race. He is still in it. He's one level behind, but barely one level behind of DonTheCrown.
And Don's running all these trials now. It's a pretty big deal. Something that could motivate Ghazzy further is that, well, yeah, sure, you had a game crash, but you're still almost there. While Don, he made a mistake. He didn't get the waypoint. So something to feel a little bit better about. And Ghazzy is the first one to touch the butthole. Let that be noted.
There we go. He's always the first. Let's just say that. I mean, that eyeshadow that he's wearing. He's made a trip to Sephora and he's got the newest tints. And he's about to go. Maybe we'll see if a lot of players I've seen killing crevices when they don't need to. I hope what he does is he just skips all that all
he
that
doesn't
stuff,
care
and
about
goes
that.
directly for the hedge maze. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like he's leap slamming his way over there.
Yeah, Ghazzy's definitely not the type to go to kill piety to just prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah, he
goes
knows what he's
right
doing.
into the hedge maze.
At this point, it's safe to assume that Ghazzy is actually in the lead. He is the first to go into there. He's going to go to the hedge maze. Is he going to kill his Harbinger pack? Maybe. Look at this. He's taking a lot of damage, though. He has to be very careful here. Look at that. He's going so low. No flasks left. Jumps out of it just in time. Hits the waypoint. He is safe. He's going to go back,
Ooh, you can
refresh the
see
flasks.
Don with a little bit of frustration on his face. He's been vendoring for quite a while.
Yeah.
He's got that level 25 base arming axe. He seems pretty confident, honestly, from what I'm seeing here on finalizing his gear, which might indicate that with those 3 blacksmiths, he's looking to craft the weapon and go into lab. He's level 25.
Yeah. If he's able to do that, that's going to be a massive amount of damage. And let's see. Havoc is telling me that Don actually has already done the
Yep.
hedge maze. Okay. In that case, then maybe they are more neck and neck than I initially thought. What Ghazzy needs to do is work on his levels. He's not that far off in terms of level disadvantage. And then when they both get into lab, it's anybody's game. We have
Yeah, but
Martin.
Ghazzy is playing. Ghazzy is playing. Don's sitting in town thinking about things. He's stroking that mustache. I wouldn't be surprised if he does have a free mustache ride shirt right underneath that.
I mean, as long as he doesn't give it away on stream, isn't that right, Raiz? He should
Right.
be a-okay to one of the PoE viewers. And there we go. Ghazzy has touched the plaque in the hedge maze. He is ready to go. Now, what if we see this? What if he goes straight to lab right now? I mean, at level 24,
he's got a 4-link at the vendor.
And
2 4-links.
What is he gonna do? Let's see if he goes in. He
Gets the
farms up
colors
XP.
too.
My goodness, he's happy. He is a happy man. He's clenching his jaw. He's like, I got this. 4-link from the vendor. Easy game. Going to Act 2, maybe trying to buy some support jewels for it or support gems.
Well, this is an interesting choice. He's looking to get that. He doesn't have an alteration, so he can't really buy anything here, honestly.
He's got a
I'm
chaos
not
orb.
sure he does. Well, yeah, he won't really be able to buy any alterations for that. He has 3 chaos orbs. Is that a 3?
What good, does he have any rares
Is that
he
a
can
1
chaos?
or a 3?
Let me make a max screen here. That's one. That's one. Yeah, that's one. 4
okay.
armor scraps, 1 transmute, and 1 chaos orb.
Guess where Don is?
Don is in.
Don is where he needs to be.
Jeez, look at this. He's leap slamming through, going real fast, avoiding the strong box. That could be very dangerous. He's getting swarmed with dischargers, but as you can see, the damage is so good that as long as he keeps attacking, he should be able to out DPS any white or blue mobs. And he gets a little trinket that will help him against Izaro.
And yeah, he did that. The mustache stroke definitely indicated that his gear was ready to go. He was just making some final yes. And then he's got 500 life with Fortify.
Both of them are stroking the mustaches a little bit. I think Don has it in the bag. Look at his life flasks. He's got the juiciest of life flasks right now. He's going in. Ghazzy. Is Ghazzy in the lab as well, it looks like? Is this the lab or no?
No, that is certainly not the lab. I think he's looking to get a little bit more EXP. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have a docks waypoint. Not the best of zones to farm. Honestly, you should be looking to farm sewers, maybe City Siren at this point if you do not have that docks waypoint. We do have Don on his own.
Here we go. Don is on phase 1.
Ton of damage.
Look at that. That looks good. The chicken's just running around the background. Look at that. Avoids the slam at the last moment. He's done this before. Avoiding barrages, jumping around, hitting all the conduits as they come up. He's going to wait for the 3rd one, get all of them down, hopefully. Now, we just saw that he did take a significant amount of damage from an auto attack there, about 25-30%. So it's not out of the question that he might die to something here, but it's looking pretty good for him. He's expertly using that leap slam when he needs to.
Well, he only has 4 seconds of that Fortify, so whenever he's moving to click those conduits, that Fortify might fall off, and then you're not looking too good with that 578 life that he is currently rocking.
Izaro's about to... there we go.
Clutch.
He knows. Yeah, that was a nice performance. Nice performance with a melee character. Going to the next place. And okay, so Ghazzy was actually... Maybe he didn't do the trial for the catacombs or something like that.
I think he's already done it.
Maybe so. You think maybe he's just farming it up? I mean, he's level
He's farming it
25.
up.
Don is level 26 now. And so that one level difference, who knows? I think Ghazzy, maybe he knows that Don's already in lab. So he's like, okay, I'm going to count on maybe a death, or I'm going to count on second place and not risk.
And I believe Ghazzy does have a death, right?
Ghazzy does have a death. Yes, he has one. We know that current death counter, maybe Havoc can get it for us. I know it's a couple, at least from Martin, and DansGryn I don't think has any deaths.
Yep.
And he is in
playing it safe.
Yeah, he's making his way towards the hedge maze as well. He hits the waypoint, but he's going upwards. So DansGryn is actually going to go towards Grevices, and maybe he's just farming. Who knows?
Oh, we'll see how this is going to turn out for him. I really wonder what Ghazzy's approach is here. Maybe he's thinking, okay, this is my first event. I'm not supposed to do all that well. If I can secure a second spot, I'm happy with that.
Yep. Look at this development.
He's waiting for the word from the chat. Like Don is dead. Oh no!
We have something on. Do you see something on top of DonTheCrown's character that's going to help him out here?
Oh,
he has found a juicy dark shrine.
That is a juicy dark shrine paired up with those level 24 potions. Have more charges than the level 18 potions. They have 3. That's a lot of potion usage.
Look at his mana reservation. He doesn't care anymore. He's putting on the Hatred and the Herald of Ash because he literally cannot run out this point. Ooh, that was a little bit of damage coming out. Maybe he's getting too overconfident.
Yeah, well, I can understand that. He's looking great. His damage is looking great. The Fortify uptime is really nice. Wonder if he's going to go for the Blood Rage, maybe even.
That would be nice. Go through friends and get that more multiplier.
Yeah.
He's even killing all the generals. Like just by attacking Izaro, the generals are getting caught in there. So that's going to be nice to see. And just a few more swings, and he will be on to the next phase. Now, barring a death, it looks like Don has this in the bag, but we have seen crazier things happening. Look at this. Ghazzy has made his way into the lab. He's just entered a few seconds ago.
Yep.
DonTheCrown, see that leap slam usage is so good. The only thing that's really hurting him now is the auto attacks just in his face, even with Fortify up.
Right, definitely so. But it takes a slam there. That is always
too much damage.
Yeah, exactly. The slam it's very weird to me every time. Whenever you get slammed, it doesn't really do much damage.
Yeah. Well, so he's made it. Like he's made it to the next phase. Life Flask usage, no fat fingering that I could see. So that's going to be nice on that last phase. No panicking from DonTheCrown.
Yeah, he's done this before. That's the thing. A lot of these events, especially if you were watching the events yesterday, you take those flasks for granted. Don knows he's been in these situations before. He knows he can't fat finger any of his flasks. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty big deal.
Yep. And I think you have some experience with this before RaizQT, but look in the bottom right, we see DansGryn going for the piety kill. What do you think about this? Sometimes the newer players, they go for the piety, not remembering that it is a normal Izaro race.
Right. I thought that was some experience that you would be familiar with, actually.
Yep. I have done it before. And let's just say that if he knows his mistake, we're going to see a quick TP out or maybe a log out and go straight towards the hedge maze.
Right. Well, maybe he is looking to acquire that skill point.
Not the best zone though. I think right now, if he maybe what he's doing. Wait, hold on. Maybe what he's doing is he knows that he's not going to be in last place, so he's just taking his time, getting the skill point. Maybe we're going to see him go back to the submerged passage, kill the Dweller of the Deep. Kill the unique for the way forward, get 2 more skill points from those 2 quests, and then go for Izaro. You never know.
Where is Ghazzy?
Ghazzy is at a. Ooh, what happened here? Did he log out? He's at a waypoint, which means that he is.
I think he might have had a forced log out there. I believe whenever your HP reaches 0, the game actually logs you out. So that might have been what happened to Ghazzy.
Oh, wait. Sure. Actually, we have new development. Okay. Super non-glowy brain from both me and Raiz. We apologize. Ghazzy, while we were messing around, he actually ate a slam from Izaro and got 1 shot.
Through a slam, just when I was saying that. We did have suspicion that Ghazzy was listening to the commentators. I I might have debated Ghazzy a little bit here.
Top
Ghazzy,
NAEU caster combo here. You debated him.
vape once if you can listen, if you can hear the casters, Ghazzy.
Right as you
But,
talk about the slam, he gets booty
yeah.
blasts. You could see in his face, he's not too happy. He definitely wanted to just make it one time through, get second place. That would have been nice. But even going in with like 2, maybe 3 deaths now, from Ghazzy, we're gonna see a very clean second place, I believe.
Right. Well, I wouldn't be so sure, honestly. He
I
is
mean,
going for EXP. He does have a lot less life than Don, because he has only 463, which without Fortify, he might get.
DonTheCrown has finished Izaro with a
hi, Don.
0-second world record time on the timer. Literally
I mean,
0-second kill on normal Izaro.
I wasn't even paying attention to
I wasn't
it.
paying attention to that either.
I was certain that Don had this. I believed in him. He is shaking. He's sweating too. But he's done it.
So I mean, look, Don has 0 deaths, so he is the winner no matter what else happens. The timer will just be for stat keeping. It will not be for any.
Whoa! This was supposed to be a solo race, but what do I see behind Don? Is that a foot?
What's going on there?
Are those feet?
Are those feet? Is that a dog? I see some feet in the couch behind.
Oh my God! Was there a human being sitting behind Don for 2 hours straight without moving at all?
Who is
some
that?
next level stuff.
Because we saw him get up before the stream. He literally left his chair, and maybe the chair flipped around and it covered the exact same area. Oof. Well, not safe for work action here.
Or are they dead?
Yeah, who knows?
I think a post-interview
for sure.
Yeah, this needs a clarification.
We have a Piety kill come out. Piety just went down to DansGryn, and you know what? What do you think DansGryn's Malachi kill time is going to be during this race? Do you think it's going to be under 2.5 hours?
Possibly. All I know about is this time the Piety kill, us not spotting that was not an accident. Yeah. I turned away and I paid attention to the feet.
He's got the tower key. He's gonna go kill Dominoes, and then Malachi, you are next. Let's see.
Does he know?
Well, we're gonna see right now. He's heading to the right side. He's gonna go into the Imperial Gardens right now. Leap slamming his way over there. And everyone, chat, please do not tell him. We want to see how this turns out. If he goes right at the waypoint,
show the foot. Sorry.
There's a doggo in the background too, like a very cute pupper in the background. Don's screen.
What? That's a pillow.
No, a doggo. A pupper just walked by on the right side.
Oh!
We see somebody. Zoom in. We need full screen. We need full screen action. Whoa! A kimono.
Whoa.
Jeez. Uh-oh. All right. This race just got more interesting.
That was I'll be honest, that was a very seductive outfit. Yeah.
I
think because somebody's trying to get some attention here, and Don kept it cool throughout the entire. He was stroking that mustache quite a bit more than he usually has, but he kept it cool throughout the entirety of it.
I also declared that we were on Don full screen the entire time while Ghazzy was clearing his way to Aspirant Straw number 1. And here we go. We're gonna have a Ghazzy versus Izaro. I believe this is still phase 1, and he's just looking at his gems, doing a double check, puts down the totem. And
quite a bit more life now. 545. Hasn't updated this stuff in quite a while.
Eats a slam for 30% of his HP. He's cleaving away, not touching the conduits yet. Barely avoiding the barrage as he comes back into melee range.
You and me are seeing this CuteDog, but the stream isn't. Ghazzy's fight is exciting, but there's something even more exciting.
There's something even more exciting. There is a grill on DonTheCrown stream. She gets up close and personal.
Ghazzy has no mana!
Woo!
And he has no life too! He's dead!
He goes down. He may have fat fingered while we were watching DonTheCrown's face cam. we
He is down.
Ghazzy is down. Is going to be attempt number 3 on the trial. DonTheCrown's transition is seamless. You know, someone just donated him $15 for winning the race. You know, this is like some RMT going on during it. We have, let's see, looks like is this Lunaris or Solaris from MartinCreek?
No, Greenwald. I think somebody spilled the beans. Greenwald is in lab.
There we go. Greenwald versus Ghazzy. Ghazzy has elected. What is Ghazzy doing right now? He's elected to maybe farm it up a little bit more. But Aspirant's Trial, first Aspirant's Trial from Greenwald. Let's see how he fares.
Right. He does, in my opinion, have a little bit better weapons than Ghazzy, but both players haven't really been updating all that much. See Izaro popping up very slowly.
Yeah, here we go. He's fighting. Oh, eating the same amount of damage taken as Ghazzy was taking, about 30% of his health, leaving the conduit up a little bit longer here. There we go. He touches his leap slam away. His leap slam is very fast. He should be able to avoid almost all of Izaro's deadly attacks. He has 3 life flasks.
Well, 3 life flasks, but they are level 18 flasks. So if you see that flask is not quite charged up, that's because it's only got 1 more use in it. So these flasks only have 2 uses. So definitely something to keep in mind. Can't be taking those slams. Has to play it safe.
He has to rely on the totem a little bit more. I mean, we saw DonTheCrown, like he was just doing so much damage. It's always amazing to see, like, you know, same skill, but so much different in terms of the output. Like, so let's see if he just drops totems and keeps running around, avoids a slam.
I think he's trying to get his flask back up now. He does have those charges.
Yep.
He's trying to keep up the fortify too. Very smart play. Just pokes at him, leaves the totem behind, lets the totem DPS away, and keeps up the fortify. Yeah, we can really see in this fight how much of an experienced player DansGryn is.
Yeah, leaping around. Look at this. He's eats a slam for half of his health, and he has no health flasks up. Jeez, this is quite dangerous.
It's like I'm jinxing everybody.
Yeah, seriously, you gotta stop talking about the slam. You know, 1 second he's doing no damage, the other second he's almost dying. He needs to recharge his flask. He needs to recharge his flask.
Did you see that barrage? He played it so cool. There was one hitting right at him.
Oh, that last one he took a few hits though.
Wait, what's going on with Ghazzy? Where's Ghazzy?
What is Ghazzy doing? He's in forest encampment. He's I don't know. We have full screen on DansGryn right now, but Ghazzy might be a little bit indecisive right now. He doesn't know if he wants to level or go right back into the trial.
He died. So,
did he die?
He was on the last thing, and he's no longer in lab. I believe Ghazzy died again while we were paying attention to the crazy fight that is going on DansGryn's stream.
I mean, Ghazzy cannot be happy about this. You know, whenever you die, especially if you stack up deaths, it is unfortunate. But what he needs to do, I think he is 5% off another level. Once he gets that, he should be maybe a little bit more powerful. The fight coming out from DansGryn, you know, he's recharging as right as he needs them.
Well, the thing is, now that Ghazzy died again, he was ahead, but now that he died again, there's a problem.
Yep.
Greenwald might be second.
He might be second. And then what about this, Raiz? You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see some Frostbolt totems enter the Labyrinth and get 3rd place. Just coming out of left field.
We do. Well, yeah, but Martin is doing things, you know. He's been sneaking up. Ghazzy might be.
We need some PogChamps. We need a lot of PogChamps in the chat for Martin. We need people to tell him that, hey, you actually have a chance to get 3rd place. If he knows that, he could go pretty ham. He could maybe.
Oh, this is the level. This is the layout that I was talking about. Sorry.
On which one? Oh, on the temple.
Where you go to the right and you head up, and no, he won't be able to go anywhere from here. That's all the biggest data.
I mean, at least he got some XP. You know, right now we don't know what level he is, but he's moving around his mini map with the arrow case, trying to find layout.
Again, this is Martin's really veteran gamer status hurting him here, because this used to not be the case for this layout. But very recently, this layout was introduced, and it really messed with a lot of people's heads. Ghazzy back in lab.
Greenwald, Ghazzy's back in lab. That's nice. Greenwald is making his way to another trial. I mean, Martin right now, he's getting a lot of XP, so it's totally fine. If Ghazzy dies again, you have to remember, if his death penalties stack up those minutes, it could be significant at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Ghazzy might be dropping those fat smoke bombs, but Martin might be the real ninja here because he is creeping up very slowly but surely. We'll see if maybe he's gonna be able to pull through the underdog coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, Ghazzy's level 27. He's only a few packs of mobs away from level 28 as well. He's laughing, he's having fun with his chat, maybe not taking it too hard, trying to maintain a positive mental attitude so that he can get through this unscathed. And once again, we have to remember these are not professional racers, right? Eating a few deaths while you're not used to doing an under-leveled Izaro is no big deal. It's definitely a lot more fun for us to watch and commentate when there's deaths.
Oh, yeah, I myself threw a race away that I had a big advantage in because I died 3 times in lab. So definitely can happen to everybody.
So maybe we can get a side-by-side of Ghazzy and DansGryn. DansGryn was taking a lot of damage from these little hits. Like nothing too crazy like the slams, but just consistently dropping to 50%. And Ghazzy is on phase 1. He's touching the conduits as they pop up. Izaro's at about 90% HP. He avoids a slam without even leap slamming away from it. Good plays by Ghazzy. He's alert. Look, he's leaned in closer to the monitor, trying to get every advantage he can.
Yeah, but the big turn of events is that there is a big ass massive shrine on.
Oh, that is true. That is true. That gives, I believe, a little bit of HP and the AoE.
A lot
is
of
that
HP.
right?
He's got 900 HP.
Oof,
900
that's
HP on
hot.
Grinwald.
He might be bigger than Izaro right now. They're of comparable size. He is engorged. He's pulling off his best Peter North cosplay. And let's see, he gets a lot of items from some mobs, and those items are actually blocking his vision. It's gonna be a little bit scary to see. One thing to note, if you look at two screens, you can see that how much of a vision advantage you get from doing a widescreen view. He can see to the edge to edge, left to right of the entire room, whereas Ghazzy could not. So that is a bit of an advantage when looking at barrages coming out, things like that.
Yep. Sorry, threw me a little bit off with that Peter North comment, but I've put myself back together. Ghazzy looking slowly going through some of the traps. He is not just a stage behind, but he does not have that massive shrine. He has an impenetrable shrine, but that one's temporary.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's going to the second trial right now, I believe. He's found that. Wait, why is he going backwards? That door said Aspire's trial, didn't it? Oh, maybe that was the entrance. Okay.
I'm not exactly sure. He does.
I don't know. Well, I can't see the bottom of his minimap.
He's going towards the second trial, so I think he just chooses to not go through the side room, chooses to not go for the additional. Oh no, that was the entrance to the next trial. So he's either looking for.
Is he lost or Dark Shrine action? Maybe.
I think he's looking for the Dark Shrine action, but I'm not exactly sure. No, he is in the correct room, right?
It's strange because like the top left of the minimap, I saw Aspirant's trial on there. So unless the top left doorway, the orange thing you see on the left, was the room he came from after his last trial, then
maybe he was looking to level up actually, and now he's just going into the Desperate trial.
There we go. Okay, he has leveled. Elects not to kill a rare. Maybe he'll get a. He could have gotten a unique item from that. We have DansGryn clicking the door, and the loading screen is a little bit longer, but he's leap slamming through. Currently, it is Ghazzy versus DansGryn.
Yep, with Martin looking for the hedge mace.
There we go. I mean, Martin could be he could be entering the lab at the same time that these other two players are in the lab. So he has definitely made up for that lost time. So big props to him.
I'll be honest, DansGryn is looking great here. He is the last player alive with no deaths. Both Martin and Ghazzy have some deaths. So despite the fact that he was quite a bit behind Ghazzy,
Yep, he played it steady. And Ghazzy, eats some damage, and he goes, and he's not choosing to click the Resurrect in Town button. He's fixing his hat, fixing his hair, and now we're gonna see another attempt coming out from Ghazzy. DansGryn had the Brutal Shrine for the last area. That's to increase damage and knockback, a lot of safety and damage. And now we have last phase. Maybe we get a little full screen action right now on DansGryn coming up on this final third of Izaro's health. Let's hope that nothing terrible happens here.
Honestly, 900 life, I think nothing terrible can happen. He's got the potions. He knows what he can take and what he can't. He has that Master Shrine. I think he's got this in the bag.
Yep, just took a hit for about 40% of his health.
Out of nowhere.
But he's not taking that much damage, and the health potion just regens him to full. So I think he's going to be okay. Just leap slamming around, keeping up Fortify. Yeah, that Fortify with the 900 health, he should be A-okay there. And look at this. Martin has touched the Hedge Maze. He is ready to go into lab if he wants.
Exactly. And Ghazzy's back in. Ghazzy jumped back in immediately.
Geez, I think we need everyone to go tell Martin that he can get third place. Like, seriously, he was in so far in dead last place. There's not a chance in hell. But now he is back in it because of the deaths from Ghazzy. And because of the...
struggling.
Yeah, those minutes added to the clock. I think Martin only has... Ghazzy is at 4 or 5 deaths. That's 4 or 5 minutes. I believe Martin is at 3 or 4. So this could be big.
Yep, definitely. I think Martin is only at 3. He was struggling a little bit at the start, but as soon as he picked up that Frostbolt Jewels, he's doing it. But DansGryn,
there we go. And he's about to get it. He's about to get it. No deaths. He has no health. He has no health potions. He has a charge. He should be fine. He eats the slam, no big deal, and he gets a power ring. Easy claps all around for DansGryn, getting second place out of slightly disadvantage. We saw him killing Piety. Was that the thing he needed to really pull this off? I mean, he did great. And now we are fighting for third place. Look at this. We have Ghazzy running around in first phase Izaro. And we have Martin entering the lab. Martin has entered the lab and is pretty much just 1 or 2 zones behind Ghazzy. This is insane.
Apparently, Ghazzy has 6 deaths. We're going to have to confirm this later, but right now, the way it's looking, Ghazzy is on the first phase. You have to keep in mind that he has had a couple attempts. Sure, he's got a couple rips, but he's a smart player. It's definitely taught him a lesson. You can see that he's picking his fights a lot better here. Still kind of running out of mana, but he's doing pretty okay. And yep, Izaro goes down with no conduits up. He is confident. We'll see if he's going for the shrine, and then we'll see if Martin's caster strategy, a safe caster strategy that will most likely rely on utilizing those totems, or totem, because he did not end up going for dual totems, will pay off in the end by securing a safe Izaro kill.
Yep. Another thing I saw, Ghazzy passes up a transmutation orb. He does have a couple white items in his inventory. I mean, every little bit could help. If you get some damage, get some health on that, but maybe he's just focused on, let's get to the next trial. Martin is going to be coming up here. Is this the Aspirants trial? And it is. First phase from Martin with his totem. Let's take a look at how he does.
Especially pointing out for Ghazzy that he has not transmuted his flask, and he is using a flask for the actual Izaro fights. So, a little bit more resistance possibly he could have gotten off of that transmute on his Quicksilver. Might have made all the difference in all the previous fights before.
Yeah, but as we know, Ghazzy, he plays a lot of maps, and when you get in that mindset of mapping at the end game in regular play, you just don't look at those items, those smaller items. It's so hard to force your brain to pick it up.
Especially if you know that the pressure is on, you're a little bit frustrated. There's other people coming up. I mean, Martin.
Jeez.
What was that, Martin? Don't do that anymore. Very naughty behavior.
All he needs to do, all he needs to do is place that totem and run away.
Yep. Oh,
I think he's trying to cast a little bit too much with his just his frostbolt instead of the totems. He's getting hit by everything. I mean, he might as well have 7,000% character size because every single attack, every barrage is hitting him.
Yeah, but this might be a calculated effort here from him. He does know that. Yeah, as long. That one maybe wasn't so calculated, but he still pulled through. So he knows that as long as he doesn't get one shot, it is A-okay. He can take all the damage in the world, And when he's standing there, he's dishing out as much damage as possible.
Yep. I wonder if Martin knows about Dark Shrines. We were talking about this for yesterday's race, but imagine you get something like a regen or a Divine Shrine. Just something really juicy that makes you not have to worry about flash so much. And someone just hosted him for 7 viewers. Now he has 7 more eyes on him. I hope he does not panic to the pressure. You know,
the pressure. Yeah.
Woo! You know, it's like the 3rd string QB getting called in, and now it's time to go. He's clicking on the conduits though. He's doing really well with that, not getting hit with too many barrages, so he should be okay. Ooh, he elects not to click on it. No, he's clicked on it. Okay, avoids the slam with a very tiny
potion are
dash.
Getting lower and lower. The potions are the big problem. Honestly, before he was very confident. He was taking a lot of damage. He was like, okay, I got this. He can't kill me if I don't do a major mistake. And I've got the potions. Now he doesn't have the potions anymore, so he can't get hit anymore. We'll see if he has had a change in his strategy. As for Ghazzy, he's dealing with the last golem.
Yeah, let's get a side-by-side view of these two because they're both on Izaro. I mean, we saw Ghazzy drop 10%. We were full screen on Martin, so you guys couldn't see it, but he dropped very, very low. But he did have all his flash charges up. So right now, it looks like he's killing some skeleton generals, maybe trying to alleviate the extra damage that could come out. You know, sometimes those big 1-2 hits drops you a little bit low, and that can mean a lab reset.
A lab reset? Oh, okay. Well, we do have Ghazzy dealing with the last Lieutenant Bro. Very safe, by the way. All things considered, he has been doing really well. Has no mana potion anymore, but he is regaining just a slight little bit of mana. Might be having a little bit of mana leech there, looking to kill some ads with the Ancestral Protector going off on Izaro himself.
Yep. The advantage that he does have is that he is 1 phase ahead. Martin's damage doesn't look to be that great. A lot of time because he has to run around. The totem, has a less multiplier there. So hopefully we see a close race. Maybe I think this is what should happen in an ideal scenario down to the wire. You have Ghazzy eat 1 more death, or maybe Martin dies at the end, and we reset it and have a true race where all the timers or the bonus timers are similar.
I mean, honestly, if Martin is at 3 deaths and Ghazzy is at 6, yeah, Martin's taking a while, but Ghazzy still has 1 more phase to go through. As long as Martin manages to pull off a second phase kill sometime within 3 minutes, this will still be really, really close.
Yep. This has been very interesting seeing Martin come from it looked like he didn't have any idea what he was doing, and then bam, comes into the lab, and now he's racing Ghazzy.
Whoa, I wouldn't go that far. Happy little accidents, excuse me? I think he knew exactly what he was doing, but he still had the 1.3.3 patch mentality, and that's where a lot of the confusion came from.
Ghazzy picking up a pair of rare mitts. Nope, he still elects to skip them. We have Martin making flame dashing through. Ooh, taking a lot of damage from that rare pack. Luckily, they were slow-moving zombies. Oh, Martin only needs to kill a couple more monsters, and he can level. He's gonna get a little bit more juice out of his kit. There we go.
He's level 26.
He's right. He's taking on some spike trap action.
Honestly, Ghazzy was level 25 when he first entered lab. Guess what? He's level 28 now. So
Don let me know that Martin walked away from a dark shrine, and if you just saw what just happened maybe a minute ago, he got hit by 2 spikes in the same area. So he stood in it, stayed there, got hit by the same spiky trap twice in a row.
Yeah, something that I actually learned very recently is that I believe with the 3.0 patch, none of the dark shrines are a debuff anymore. So in the past, you could get something that would benefit you or something that is going to be detrimental to your character. So maybe Martin's thinking, okay, as long as I play it safe, I'm chilling.
Yeah,
but
could have been a divine shrine. Yeah,
you gotta get those divine shrines now. Ghazzy going into yet another zone. Looking to find that last Izaro room. Struggling a little bit, but he does seem a lot more focused.
Yep, he does find the walkway, so we know that this leads into the correct pathing. Martin was hot on his heels with that flame dash action. I think at this point, Martin probably shouldn't focus on killing mobs too much, as he cannot gain another level, and it's just... and he finds a trial. So I believe this will be phase 2 for Martin.
No Quicksilver. That was his main means of defense from what we've seen before. Just run around in circles. So what is Don doing? I'm sorry, the stream can't see it, but Don is going for the ultimate disrespect. He's going through the lab again. Oh no, excuse me, that's a different character.
Looks like
Okay,
this might
he's
be his
actually got
Uber lap
a
run.
lab farming character. Which definitely,
He's got a series flash somehow.
Yeah.
His racing character.
Funny
So we
enough,
have,
the speed was actually quite similar to his
yeah.
to his race character. Oh, he taps out. Okay, he
Anyways,
realizes that's not cool.
Ghazzy, if you guys didn't notice, Ghazzy found the last trial. He looked at the plaque, it pointed him in the last aspirants trial, but what he's electing to do, he is getting another level. He walked away from it, and now he's killing some monster. He is only 5 or 6 bars away from level 30 for the trial. Martin electing to maybe collect his thoughts. Something's going on with his camera, or
he's focusing on something. He sees something. There is something there.
He sees, what is he looking at? He's not opening his inventory. Maybe he got a DM on Twitter from a female streamer. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's watching the latest. He might be watching the latest Queen Miko highlight. You just never know. Avoids the slam. Walking around. Ooh, going down to 10% HP. Oof, man, Raiz, your calls on those slams, they are spooky.
Yeah,
Let's take a look at how much HP he has.
Slam. Well, he only has 593. He avoids the slam by not dying. He tanks it with his face, which isn't exactly enough damage to. Oh, I believe he got critted there
we go.
Frozen.
There we go. So we have another death, bringing the death penalty much closer together. I think they're only like 1 death apart now.
He's in shock.
Yeah.
Look at Martin.
He doesn't know.
He can't believe it.
Someone needs to tell him that if he finds a Dark Shrine again, he needs to click it. That could be the boost that he needs, especially if it's a massive shrine. I mean, Ghazzy only has just barely over 600 health.
Ghazzy knows. Look at him smirking like that. He knows he has the time. He knows it's close. He doesn't know where the Dark Shrine is, that's for sure. But he's still looking for the last room, and he knows. He knows that this is safe and secure, but what he doesn't know, I think, is that this event only runs for 2 hours. So if he dies soonish, he's gonna be in trouble because he won't be able to enter the lab anymore. He has to do it here.
Yeah, our previous rules were that even if the timer hits 2 hours, if they are in the lab, we will let them complete the lab. Just to, we're not gonna just like end the race like that. But if there's a death, then they will be out, and it will just be. I mean, how do you track last, 3rd and 4th place that way if they're both maybe like less number of deaths?
They fight to the death.
PvP. Are we gonna get some PvP?
Yeah, I think that's the only secure thing. But honestly, I have huge faith in Ghazzy. Okay, I had a little bit more faith before. I have a little bit less faith, but still enough. I think he's gonna pull through here.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, Izaro is going down fast. Is he going to do a DPS race? He elects to dodge the slam and
doing so much damage. Did end up at level 29.
Look at that.
He got it.
Ghazzy
pulls through finally, shoots himself in the head, actually dies live on stream. Sorry, see you later, Havoc. Nice knowing you. But he's back alive. Definitely a summoner player. But he pulled through there. That is the beauty of this. That's what I really like. That the players are learning. Oh,
he's watching a clip right now.
CuteDog exposed. What is going on there?
That is a nasty clip being shown on stream.
What is Ghazzy doing?
What is he doing?
What are those 2 cocks doing watching that? What?
Luckily, the full screen right now is on Martin. So we have a timer of 156. If he dies here, if Martin dies here, it might be it. I don't think he's proven that he can get past first phase, and that will be probably a few minutes there. So no PvP today, boys. It will just be... He cannot die here, essentially. So this will be full screen all the way on Martin. He has to play it super safe. But all the best to him. We hope that he completes the race.
CuteDog, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of dodged the bullet right there. I'm
Yeah,
sweating for you,
I
homie.
did dodge a bullet there. That clip being played on stream would have been a little bit iffy, but luckily Havoc with the masterful scene switching made sure that no lewd acts were shown. Whew. I'm sweating, Raiz. I am sweating. Monka S in real life.
Kappa Pride's in the chat, I think, is what is
Yep.
more
They
appropriate
didn't
for
see.
this situation.
They
didn't
saw
see
nothing.
anything. Then soon nothing. But we do have Martin doing something. He's looking to kill some marrows. He's taking his time. I think he knows that this might be his last opportunity to kill Izaro, so he's playing it safe, except I need to shut up. Honestly. What is I didn't say I'm sorry, Martin. Oh my god. What is going on there?
He has been in the same set of rooms for a while now, just looking around. He's a little bit flustered, maybe making his way to the next trial. And someone's saying missed the decor
I don't know what I can and can't say anymore. Every time I say players are playing it safe, they stop.
So I mean, there's a lot of mobs after him. There's a couple of rares. You know, maybe he's trying to get another level. He's at 50% XP right now, and he has. I don't know if he's gotten the first Aspirants trial, so it is reasonable if he full clears a room or two, he could easily get one more level.
Yeah, Lab is a lot of EXP. I mean, we can see from Ghazzy's perspective, he actually almost hit level 30. And he started when he was 25. Those Labyrinth rooms give a lot of EXP. And again, this is it for Martin. It's do or die.
Yep. There will not be another lab trial, but I mean, we're all wishing the best for him. All right. He's got the totem. That is safe in itself. He sees the door on the minimap, but his minimap is like, it's not centered on his character, so it's kind of weird right now.
Kind of weird.
Maybe he doesn't have auto center on. So here is this phase 1? I think this is phase 1 Izaro. Let's see how he does.
Yep. Oh, he does enter with a little bit more HP than he had before. 603. Didn't quite get the level up. I'm not exactly sure how his gems are looking in terms of a penalty. I believe for a level 1 gem, he would only have to be level 24, 27 for the next level gem, I think.
Yep.
And
he's dodged everything so far. Hitting the conduits.
Yep. Playing it so much safer. Well, getting that frost bomb down, making sure that Izaro is slightly slower.
Yeah, he has made it past this phase once. The second phase, he was getting hit by Izaro and a crap ton of little skeleton mobs. I'm sure he's learned from that. He's added that to. He's one step closer to infinite knowledge in the lab. Avoids another slam, so no big hits out yet. So we're looking good for Martin.
Yeah, soon Izaro is going to start spawning a little bit of those ads, utilizing his flame dash to get out of those sketchy situations. He has a Grand Flask, which is 3 uses. So his mana... Oh, he has 2 flasks, actually. He has a large flask, too. Great, that's 3 uses, too.
Yeah, this race, what we've learned is when everyone else is going cleave, sometimes it's not the best to be a unique snowflake and choose something like Frostbolt. Because, as we can see, the damage is a little bit lacking, even with perfect positioning and perfect play efficiency of the totem and the self-casting. It's just
that's the
lacking
thing.
damages.
He's really displaying his own personal skill here. You know, the other players went for a little bit safer strategy. Martin went for something a little bit more unreasonable. I mean, I can't really imagine what could be worse in this situation. Maybe Righteous Fire? Who would do that? So we are in a spot where, yeah, he's really displaying his prowess here.
Getting taken down to 50% HP, but presses the flask instantly. I mean, he has 2 life flasks. Oh, barely avoids that. That was a tiny flame dash to get away from Leap Slam from Izaro. He's opting not to click on the conduits as he comes across them. Well, now he is, but
I think he's just trying to bring him down. He is very close to going into the next phase. He does have that totem, so because of how absurdly large the amount of damage the totem is dealing, he wants to make sure that he will not just quickly burst through Izaro's HP while he's trying to Not to die.
Where did that damage? It didn't even look like the full barrage hit him. He got maybe hit by a couple projectiles and a couple auto stacks from skeletons. This is iffy. You know, if that kind of
This
damage
is a little
coming out
iffy.
of,
Yeah.
if that kind of damage is coming out of nowhere like that, I don't know about the second and third phase. Can he keep it up? The mental fatigue is really kicking in right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. We don't exactly have any information on Martin's gear. He has chosen to make his profile private. Oh, was that one conduit up?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Did he get the top left one? Let me see right here on stream. Yeah, he was right next to it. He was right about to click it, but then Izaro went to the side, so he does have one conduit up, but we don't know how his resistances are looking like. I think for the most part, most players would go for a little bit of fire res to avoid that barrage damage. So he has the fire one, which is the best one. As long as he doesn't have a second one,
he's looking good. He's killing someone. Look at this.
One
he's
shot.
Close.
Yeah, he's only gonna get one shot 50% of the time, so it's okay.
So he's really banking on that good RNG. He's got he's making his way. He's so close to the next level. He can kill some skeletons. I'm surprised he didn't kill the packs around the skeletal shrine. And spiky traps. This could be dangerous. This is my least favorite trap. He flame dashes through it, goes to a safe area, hits the lever. But as we know, in that Act 1 trial, he had a little bit of issue in forgetting the plaque. Let's hope he doesn't get lost in this second trial.
Yeah, but because Martin chose to go for the safer and turtle-ish strategy that took him a lot longer to get to lab, he's not in the same position as Ghazzy was, right? Ghazzy, he was taught to respect the lab, and he definitely learned, adapted, and he's been respecting the lab ever since for at least the next 2 weeks. But as it is for Martin, he might. Yeah, but as it is for Martin, he might still have that confidence. Like, what is this? I always run lab. I never die in lab. Why would I ever have an issue?
Oh, what is going on here? He's going through.
Martin.
He's going through to another.
Martin.
Interesting. Martin? Hello?
Martin.
Question marks all around?
He's thinking about it.
He has got a big thinking emote. His face, he's what is happening here? I don't. He goes back in. Okay,
second thought. Maybe he's looking to get some potions from those mobs around the other stuff.
I mean, to be fair, that door to the arena, it doesn't have an orange glowy door. So we have phase 2 here.
We'll see. See what we can pull out.
The Frost Silk trying to have extra min-max damage on him. Look, he's keeping his distance. Maybe this is a new strat. Before he was very close to Izaro all the time. Now maybe look at that flame dash away, then start casting. Get a couple casts before Izaro can even target you. Leaves him super slow.
That is correct. I hope that he will kill the lieutenants in time.
Man, look at this. He hasn't taken any big hits yet, so he is totally fine. This is phase 2. He is calm. He is collected, placing down those totems. Just still the damage is a little bit iffy.
I don't know. The damage, now that he's actually able to do damage without having to worry about running around the map for too much, he's doing okay, but yeah, he's doing okay on the damage on Izaro, but he's not doing so okay in terms of killing those lieutenant dudes.
The flame lieutenant is almost down. Same with the lightning arrow, or not the lightning based bow using lieutenant is about half health. So if he just whittles them down, he should be okay. They're so slow.
Has to be sure again that this crazy DPS does not suddenly burst down Izaro, resulting in him having lieutenants and the conduit up. He can only afford to have one of those. Takes out the first lieutenant, playing it safe, getting those flask charges.
Look at the stutter stepping and attacking. These are some Dota 2 strats that he's pulling off, getting every little bit of damage that he can get. Kills another lieutenant.
Martin is, I would like to point out also, not just was he a professional Hearthstone player, he was also a rank 1 Grandmaster Heroes of the Storm player. So that definitely comes into play. The micromanagement coming out from him seems I would
well.
say superior to Ghazzy's, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, barring any one shots, he should be okay. Look at that barrage, like doing nothing. He gets out just in time. He just needs to keep casting the frost bolts. As long as he keeps doing that little right click action, he will be okay. Is he placing frost bombs? I haven't seen many frost bombs being strategically placed.
Yeah, I think he's playing it safe with the frostbite rather than opting to go for the combination of the two. Making sure that his totem is always up, that his position is correct, his potions are up. I mean, he's looking great at this point. Yep. Taking down all the lieutenants. Izaro just about to drop. There you go.
There we go. By the goddess, what ambition from MartinCreek. He is now, I believe this is the phase that he died on last time. So he's going to make it to the last room. No traps, nothing too crazy happening there. He just needs to play it out, and he will get 4th place. Very respectful placement in a race like this.
Certainly so. I would definitely agree. Let's see what he opts to look for here. He did go into that fight without his potions being full.
Yeah, he has to worry about some spike traps here, but it looks like they are pretty easy to figure out. Ooh, Roomba's coming out, but barely avoiding him. Ooh, gets hit by 1 spike trap. But luckily, this layout is not so bad. This is actually really easy to get through. Even if you panic, it's very hard to die here. I don't think we're going to see any running with the Roombas. It's kind of triggered me that his mini-map is offset of his character. It's not directly underneath of it. It's so it makes it kind of like jarring to see him walking through these areas. But I can look past that. So he's back in the same. He did a full 180 or a full 360 through this area.
He's giving the lab a chance, honestly. Yeah. He knows this is everything on the line here, and he's an entertainer. He wants to make a show here.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn on his sound real quick and see what he's saying. Oh, he's got some music playing. He's saying there might be some enfeeble in here. Maybe he's confusing map mods with the lab.
I just heard him mention Righteous Fire. I think he's having regrets that he went for the Frostbolt rather than for the Righteous Fire strategy that I mentioned previously.
Ooh, look at that strongbox. Lots of juicy items.
Yeah. It's too late for regrets now. Should have chosen your strategy beforehand.
He's taking advantage of the rules. He knows that as long as he's in lab and he's not dead, we have to go through with this. We can't just stop the timer. We can't just stop the event. He has all the time he needs to do whatever he wants to do.
He has full control. You guys cannot click the X button. You will be here.
Talking to Noogie. Noogie's in the chat.
Well, there's a blue pack. He's got to level up.
He's getting cornered. He is stuck in the middle. Flame dash expertly out of there.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
He has,
like I said, entertainer.
Yeah, goes for mind over matter and puts a point behind that. Ooh, going to below half health. He's taking so much damage from these guys.
Yeah, well, he's securing his potion charges. Let's hope he doesn't get one-shot by the discharge.
Yeah.
Well, he's close. That's for sure.
Yeah, nothing too scary here. He knows probably the next zone will be the Espionage Trial. Possibly one more side area, but these layouts are not too scary. He's doing fine. I think the music in the background is like, it's pretty upbeat. It's decent tunes. Not unlike that, or a lot better than that Ghazzy nonsense that you usually play in your channel.
Who? I would never play a Ghazzy. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, he does have one more. Okay, so one more side area.
Let's see if he goes the right direction. If he's really taking his time. Let's hope he doesn't overkill the mobs. He's getting a ton of EXP here.
Yeah,
he did hit level 27. I'm not sure if his gems didn't level up as he hit the level 27. He has been killing mobs on his level, I think, for the majority of the race. Especially considering he was level 26 where he first entered lab. Yeah, so that would make sense. I don't think he was ever under, and I think either his gems have just leveled up or they're very close to leveling up.
Yeah, he's killing some blue mobs. I mean, look at his XP bar. It's at half. If he goes for a, maybe he's going for a less than 50 monsters remaining zone, and getting hit by a Roomba, he could level again, which would add some extra safety to the character.
Yeah.
Shatter.
Style. Swag. He does seem to have some sort of weapon. He did freeze with that flame dash. He found an
Arcanist box. Exalted Orb incoming here. Let's take a look at the stream of resident sleepers.
Ooh,
and an alchemy.
Okay, let's see what he does with it. That is huge value.
Mm-hmm.
He does have 619 life now, so that life keeps going up in pretty large increments. Is that how you say it? Increments?
Yeah, I mean, I believe, that is the right word. I believe that he has now more than Ghazzy had when he killed Final Phase Izaro.
That is true. Ghazzy had 29, almost 30.
He gets himself a. He got just a unique item. Look at that. Is that 2 uniques?
Wow. That is crazy. Is he going to find the last room?
Is my mic cutting out?
No.
What is that ammo he has? It's got a heat shiver, but he can't use it.
Oh, I believe it is level 27. What is he missing? How can he not equip it? It's level 20 and it's got like dex. It needs like 40 dex. Does he not have it?
I actually can't see any of the items still. I mean, maybe his profile is still on private.
A heat shiver is 46 dexterity and is required level 20. And it's got a ton of different bonuses. 30% increased cold damage if you have used a fire skill recently, which is Flame Dash.
Wow.
30% increased fire damage if you have used a cold skill recently. This is perfect for his build.
Maybe he has regrets, or maybe he has some skill, passive skill respecs that he can use to get a dex node.
The Heat Shiver also has 222 evasion, which is a pretty crazy number. Actually, it replaces a lot of white chess pieces around the levels of 25. So that is really strong. If he can manage to somehow find the 46 dexterity.
He is gonna level up. He is 1 bar away.
Yeah, he's going for it at this point.
He's gonna level.
You know, he got to that 20%. Yeah, he did get to that 20%, and you know, once you get to the 20% of a level, you might as well get the full level. I mean, let's be honest. It doesn't really matter. There's 3,000
there it is
for you to finish up.
Let's see. A silver key, and is he gonna pick it up? He almost dies picking up the silver key. And let's see if he assigns a point and gets the necessary stats to equip his item. Wait, what is he doing? He's not.
What did he do?
He is lost. He's a little bit confused at the layout here.
I don't think he's lost. I think he's looking to level up. When you're 5% in, you might as well go for the level. Going for the other silver thing.
But he puts it into the node behind Mind Over Matter. So he will not be able to equip his Heat Shiver still.
What is he thinking?
I don't know what's happening here. I'm a little bit confused.
He's going Mind Over Matter?
He has gone Mind Over Matter.
Did he just get the second node?
He got the second node past the...
So he just picked up Mind Over Matter in the lab to play it safe. That's why he's getting to... I thought he's going to log off.
Oh boy, I mean...
That would have been a classy exit. Some Dead and Doom style exit. That's
I
for
mean,
sure.
he is taking some damage from those traps. I don't know what's going on here. I think he's just he's hamming it up a little bit. I think we'll start with a Martin interview afterwards. I think we need to know how, like, hot off the presses, what was going through his mind.
Yeah, you can see the adrenaline pumping. I think it would be best to really see him, when he's really
He's found it.
fully engorged.
What is he doing?
He's
It
thinking.
looked as if he was walking away from the Spinal Straw. Let's
No,
see if he
but
can find the stairs.
See, this is the problem. All these racers, you watch them play and they're going fast, and you see this blank stare in their face. Some might call it zombie mode. Not Martin. Martin is focused. He's thinking about things. He's making a choice here. These are not pointless movements. He equips it. He got it.
Here we go. He is about to booty blast Izaro.
He grabs his head. Something tragic just happened. Hard to figure it out.
Did you just hear what he just said? He said you have to believe in yourself. And that is so true. He is embodying a positive mental attitude when he's in this third phase. He definitely doesn't want to die. He's doing a full gem swap, doing some augments, really min-maxing.
Is his spell totem unequipable anymore?
It was red. I don't know what happened there. Maybe his helm was giving him some stats.
Does he choose to go?
He's going with the self cast.
Oh.
Whoa, what is he doing?
Oh no. He's for the next level.
He's going back into this zone.
Martin, you are here. Martin is here. Martin is there. Martin is everywhere. What do you think about this strategy?
I think
this
maybe I don't know what he's going for.
I think he's overthinking.
Well, let's get Havoc to drag some of the other racers in here.
Whoa! What? You're going to take this away from him? What?
While we're waiting for Martin to level another 2 times, I think we should get some post-race interviews going on for Sir Crushington and Ghazzy and DansGryn.
Okay. I think that's.
Oh, sorry, not Sir Crushington. DonTheCrown, Ghazzy, and DansGryn.
I see Havoc corrected you. I would just like to point out that I didn't say anything. Okay? You left me hanging on that 9+10 joke, and now I didn't say a word. I was dead.
Welcome, DonTheCrown. Number 1 finish in this race. Looking good. You had some smiles all around. Looks like your lady of quality was in the background congratulating you as well. How does it feel? Were you expecting a win?
I thought I had a chance to win, but I knew it was gonna be really close. Ghazzy was like on my butt the entire time. I got lucky with the 2 Quicksilvers and was able to kind of transition away from that, but I did kind of get bad link luck, and so I felt like it was really close until I finished.
Yeah, always is. Ghazzy was definitely in the lab at the same time as you, and it was pretty crazy because early on you first got those 2 Quicksilvers. You were flying throughout. It's always nice to see like people catch up a little bit. You have the most experience in these specific events. How much do you think that helped, like both commentating and playing in the races? You pick up a lot of tips from, I guess, people that are now you would consider your peers.
I feel like I did pick up some tips. Like this particular race was a little bit different because of the cleave aspect. Of course, like I think it was event 6, the one that Ziz won, where like everybody used cleave, kind of like use that as a reference point. But having the like not ability to use Molten Strike at all did definitely change a lot of it. I did make a couple mistakes, but I think the thing that was my big strength is I'm just a big lab player. Like I've been doing a lot of the lab for a long time. I've probably done like over 1,000 of them, and so
wow.
I knew exactly like what to do in most of those fights. I kind of messed up because I meant to bring Decoy Totem along with me, but like looking at the other people that were doing it, like I got all of the trinkets, I hit all the dark shrines until I got a buff, and so I knew exactly where to go. I had gone into the normal lab earlier today and like ran it a few times on a real overpowered character. So I knew all the layouts, I knew where all the stuff was going to be, and I wasn't going to be wasting any time in lab.
That is dedication. That is some good preparation as well. Yeah, well-deserved win. No deaths, I believe, so that's excellent.
But how was your mentality actually going into it? You have participated in these events as well. None of the other contestants have. Where we have seen that you are wearing your signature crown. We did think that it would be a little bit ironic if you wouldn't have won. So, how's your mentality going into this? Were you confident or?
Yeah, I was pretty confident. Like I said, done a bunch of races before, not necessarily in just the Havoc stuff, but like in the actual race league. And yeah, it was fun, and I was kind of like mom spaghettiing a little bit in like phase 2 Izaro. Like my hands were shaking big time, and just very happy to get it down. And then phase 3 was super easy comparatively.
We have sorry to interrupt, but we have a phase 3 Izaro coming out from Mr. Martin. He has the shades on. He's focused.
Well, Martin is almost doing it. Hey, Don, what about those feet?
Yeah, tell us about the feet in the background.
This is my girlfriend sitting on the couch. I mean,
would you say? I'll be honest. When she stood up, she had a little bit of a seductive dress on her. Was this did she do this on purpose? Was she mad that maybe you were spending a little bit too much time in front of the computer and she, what exactly happened there? Does she dress like this normally?
Yeah, that's just a comfortable outfit to wear around the house. And
right.
No, like we definitely we spent a bunch of time yesterday, and she knew I was doing a bunch of streaming today, like all day basically, even after the race. So not a big deal. Don't you want to be comfortable in your own house, Raiz? Or do you walk around wearing a suit like James Dalton or something?
I'm naked right now.
Yeah, that's a lot more information than I needed.
Yeah, I mean, RaizQT, let's be honest, you would never fit into a kimono like that. Okay, maybe like a little sumo wrestler garb, but let's just remember that we have to respect women in this chat. So let's just stop talking about DonTheCrown's girlfriend and focus on the juicy action that's about to happen right here with these frost bolts about to take down phase 3 Izaro.
Are you seeing this, Don?
Yeah, it would be nice to see him get a kill here. I feel like he's been playing it a lot more safe, much farther away, just like running in circles. I don't think he does have Culling Strike, so that's not helping him. Do you guys see if he's using his curse like at all, or?
He has been using his curse. He's been a little bit reluctant on using his frost bomb, but
Hero's so low right now. He is going to be absolutely fine here.
Ooh.
There we go, and a recurve bow. And a treasure key. He's done it.
That is actually very interesting. Big congratulations to Martin. Pulls through at the very last minute, some might say. But Don, Martin dropped like 6 different unique items. Have you dropped any unique items? Do you think unique items might be a big factor in these races? Or is it just something you don't really worry about?
You can't really plan on having a unique item drop. Like if it drops, it drops. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'd much rather have like a sweet axe or some sort of sweet weapon. Like this weapon that I got, I believe it was just identified in docs. I was like, man, I really need a weapon upgrade. And then this axe dropped, and it's pretty sick DPS. That's a 110 DPS axe that just fell off some monster. So if I had to choose between a unique item like a heat shiver or this axe, I would take this axe all day.
Right, definitely help it. We saw some pretty crazy DPS coming out. So yeah, I mean, congratulations. I'm sure that you're willing to do more events in the future. Are you like, are you excited for the future races to participate?
It was definitely very fun. I'm definitely down to do more races in the future. I would have really loved this event to do it again without Cleave. If Cleave was banned, because I had a bunch of different ideas of things I wanted to do. A lot of people wanted me to do Frostbolt and Frostbolt totems, and just kind of like reviewing it and like actually practicing. Cleave was just so much miles ahead that if we did the exact same race again without Cleave, then it'd be really interesting, because even things like Molten Strike are very good at single target, but kind of hard to do like regular leveling with, so it's not going to be OP.
Yeah. You definitely need a pretty decent weapon for something like Molten Strike, I would say. Yeah, so definitely a very nice observation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's about it.
I think so final question. Yep. Just final question real quick. Don, how much is 9 plus 10?
Plus 10. Well, thank you very much, CuteDog. I really do appreciate all of the commentating, and hope you guys have a good day.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
See you later. Thank you.
Now we have Martin in here. He's currently muted and deafened.
Martin, speak to us. Oh, he can't even hear.
Yeah, he's got both the mute and the deafen on. Hello,
we're waiting on Martin. He's focused.
He's talking in his chat.
He sees something going on. Ooh. Martin.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
Hey.
How are you feeling?
Honestly, relieved.
Yeah.
Like it was so fun. I did so many like screw ups, but it was really fun, honestly. And I wanted to do something different, and I got through it. I don't know. It was fun. I can see myself doing it again. Like,
ooh, that is a good attitude to have.
Yeah.
The first thing is when you hit the first trial and you left the trial without hitting the plaque. How are you feeling there with that? Did that discourage you at all, or did you just laugh it off?
I kind of just laughed it off because like I did 1 or 2 test runs today, and like you have to take in mind that I don't really do like I haven't played for a long time, so I haven't done a lot of labs or like trials or anything at all. So yeah, I had like a list up with the trials just to make sure I don't miss any. And when I ran it through earlier today, it went fine. Like it went perfectly fine, but then you don't have the pressure, you know, of feeling chased.
So you were feeling the pressure, huh? What exactly went into the decision of the Frostblades? Because you said that you haven't been playing that much recently. Yeah, for Frostbolt, sorry.
Yes, so I was looking through the list of like I was reading through the rules and stuff and like trying to understand it. I didn't realize that you got like a jewel right off the bat. Like Nugi logged in and gave me. He was like, "Oh shit, let me hook you up!" Like right before the race started. I just thought that, yeah, it was those kind of skills that you were going with based on the jewel limit or whatever. But I wanted to do something different because I looked up the YouTube video of event number 5 where everyone was doing cleave and molten strike, I think. And I just wanted to do something different, and Frostbolt seemed fun, you know. And then I was like spell totem, like, hey, that sounds fun. I can just place one and keep running. And
yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people were expecting the dual totem out of you, and you chose to. Was that a decision in the middle of the run, or were you planning to go one totem from the beginning?
So I was going totems from the beginning, but in my test run, I only ran the totem and frostbomb, and I didn't really self cast. So Nugi came into my stream and he was like, "Dude, self cast," and I was like, "Hey, that's allowed." So yeah. So so I kind of messed up like in a lot of ways, and I dual totem. I was thinking of going Templar just to maybe go dual totem. But I felt like as a witch, it would take up too much of the life pool, and yeah, just too much of the defense.
Okay.
So I wanted to go like MOM and some life and some damage and some more regen. I messed up with the skill points. I wanted to go behind the MOM earlier for the mana. And that screwed me up on the first run. But yeah,
we did see some sunglasses going into it early. Did you stop using the sunglass and knowing your position in the race, or?
I realized how they fucked up the vision, right? Like I couldn't see anything basically,
Yeah.
and then
It's
at
like
the
no
end, I had to pull them out at the end because, you know, entertainment value and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Last phase.
Oh,
yeah,
actually, speaking of
it,
right. But speaking of entertainment value,
Some people were saying you got a little bit lost in lab. Some people were saying that you know exactly what you're doing. Some people are saying you're just looking for a little bit more EXP. You know that you've got this in the bag and you're just looking to entertain. What exactly was going through your mind?
At the very end, you mean? Right before last phase? Or the
You
entire
might
lab
call
run?
it the very end. I would say the last
Yeah.
25 minutes of the race, right?
So someone in my chat came and said like, "Hey, you should go get the buff," and I'm like, "Hey, wait, there's a buff?" Like I have I have no idea what lab is. Like basically, I've run through lab like really quickly with friends when playing. So I didn't know there was like a hidden buff, and he was like, "Hey, you can probably go back and get it." And I'm like, "All right, sure. Like I'll try to find it. That sounds cool." Like I'm already the last probably, so I'll just see what that's about and
Oh, so
secure the win and not die.
you didn't know your position.
No, I figured that was probably last, like, because of all the mess ups and yeah. But yeah, I figured if I die this time, like on last phase, I'm probably just gonna give up. So I was like, yeah, I'll get any help I can right now.
Oh, so
And
you
hey, I
didn't
got a
know.
heat shiver.
Actually, the big thing is this was your last attempt no matter what, because there is a 2-hour limit, so you had to pull through here. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
really
pretty
clutched it
fun.
out. Yeah,
That
that's what
makes
we
me
were
very
thinking.
happy. That makes me very happy. That's good. Then I kind of went to secure the win. I also stopped using
Yeah,
this belt totem at the very end. I just put on the heat shiver because that seemed more fun.
right.
That's pretty good. I mean, yeah. Look, I mean, the thing to note is that you were the only one using a spell, so you were just intrinsically going to be slower, much slower, and you ended up in the lab almost on the same phase as Ghazzy at a certain point, right? So for someone who doesn't really play like the lab too much, then you did fantastic. So thanks for joining us, and hope to see you again in the future.
Well, that's
Yeah,
the
thanks
thing.
for having me.
Are you looking to participate in future events? You did say that you are excited about it, but would you like to?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. If you'd have me,
Hmm.
yeah, for sure. It
Oh,
was
of
really
course.
fun. It was really stressful, but it was fun. And I guess I'll do my homework a bit better next time. Not just like a 1 day, couple of hours of research.
Right.
Nice, nice. Well, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
Let's get Ghazzy in here. There he is. Yo.
Hello, Ghazzy.
Hey.
Hello. Yo, what's up, man? How are you feeling?
I'm actually going through the past podcast now during the race, and I realized it took me 1 hour and 12 minutes before I actually got to use my Herald of Ash.
Oh, we were talking about that for a while. Like, wait a minute, it's full mana. It's okay. Everyone in the race made certain mistakes for not to beat yourself up too much over it. We saw that early in the race, you were very relaxed. You were hitting some vapes, blowing some clouds. Pirate hat was on, like just having a lot of fun. But then later on, it seemed we could see on your face that maybe with a couple deaths, things like that, you really got a lot more serious. How's your like mental attitude during this entire race?
I was like zoned out during the entire race. I did actually manage to get one practice round before the race, so there's that. But no, I felt good. I ran into some issues, but my mental attitude I felt was nice. I really appreciate being in races, and the competitive part of gaming in general has always been attractive. So at one point where I stopped using the hat, I was like, okay, let's focus. Let's just do this now. And I just completely zoned out. I didn't even see the chat.
That's good. Yeah, sometimes it's good to block out chat. It can be a little bit triggering.
Most of the time,
sometimes.
it's good to black out chat.
That's true as well. Yeah, that's true. I mean, okay. So preparation. You said you had the chance to do one full run.
Yeah, one full run.
Okay. I mean, I know like from watching your stream, you do a lot of end game builds. You swap it up a lot, and you do a lot of mapping. Did that ever affect your ability to do the lab, or have you done lab running characters and stuff before?
Never done lab running characters because I'm sorry, Polab, but I really hate the lab. It's
Same.
literally the most boring shit in the game. I'm sorry, but it is.
Whoa.
But like racing it made it very entertaining. So
Yeah.
if I'm going to do lab, it's gonna be a race because otherwise I can't enjoy it.
You're very well known for playing the summoner characters along with like the Uber Elite. Now we have had events in the past that are catered towards a specific playstyle or a specific skill. You know, if perhaps we had like more summoner stuff, would you be more interested or more inclined to do future races?
It actually depends. I feel like I've played 75% summoners over the past 4 or 5 years. So I mean, it's nothing new. That's the problem, I think. I like doing the new stuff. So I've been doing a lot of new builds as well for endgame that are not summoners. But I appreciate the whole learning curve of other approaches as well. I think like my nemesis would be bow builds, but I don't think it would drop my the attractive level for me in my eyes.
Okay, got it. I mean, okay, so overall, you know, you did fine. You got 3rd place, right? There was a point where you and DonTheCrown were like neck and neck, right? Like it was all like maybe one zone behind, maybe one level behind. Did your chat at all? I know you turned it off later, but did your chat at least help you maybe say, "Hey, look, you're only this far behind Don." Did that make you perk up a little bit, or did you just not care?
Well, they told me when he entered lab. My plan was to go in at level 28 and make sure that the only thing that could kill me was, you know, the abilities from it, not the white swings. That's why they don't know test run, because the fortify is just insane. So that was my comfortable run, and it wouldn't have been any problems. When I encountered the issue that my HP was so low and I was level 25, and chat was like, "Oh, Don is in the lab now," I was like, "Oh shit, how much HP does he have?" I think they wrote like 600. I was like, "Okay, I can do this. Let's go."
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. We definitely saw, you know, it was quite a few deaths in the lab, but you know, you most of the time you just went right back in, so you had like a bit of persistence there, which is good, and it was very fun to watch.
How do you personally deal? We did see a couple frustrating moments from you. One was, I believe, when you forgot a Lyra. Another one was the game crash of something completely out of the question. But you seem to have quite quickly regained your composure. What sort of thought process is that for you?
Well, I did play semi-professionally in Dota 2 as a support player. Not sure if that suffices as an answer, but you know, dying is part of the job.
Okay.
So it's just get back into the game. I mean, like for in this case, you know, it adds minutes to the timer and whatnot. But you know, I'm gonna slip further back if I start playing recklessly. So
yeah,
just keeping the focus up.
So you weren't on tilt at all.
I think the only time I got really tilted was the crash, because that wasn't my fault. I don't mind making mistakes and, you know, getting, you know, the payment for making a stupid move. But when a game crashes, that tilted me. But that's probably the thing that, you know, caused the least loss of time for me.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I know we know each other personally. You always have a positive mental attitude, so I'm glad to see that, you know, you're not like completely shut off of running races in the future.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, Ghazzy, back me up here. What's 9 plus 10?
Oh, 14.
God damn it, Ghazzy. But so you do want to participate in future events like this?
Oh, absolutely. I messaged Havoc as well before. I think this whole community race is like, it's so much better than you know, than I could have ever anticipated. So both supporting it and participating would be more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for participating, and yeah, we will see you in the future events.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, man. And
Thanks for having me,
congratulations
guys.
too.
3rd spot, yeah.
It's fine. Hey,
Well,
we're last.
Come on. Give yourself a little bit of credit here. Will you practice in the future?
Absolutely.
There you go. Easy.
See? It's like a progression. You have to practice to get better.
Right.
But that's probably why these races are so good as well. You know, the long races from GGG, like the leagues and whatnot, requires you to be able to stream full time, whilst these races are like, okay, you have the set rules, you know what you're going to do, and you have the time to practice it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks
Thank
again
you.
so much. So what do we have going on now?
DansGryn now.
Ooh.
2nd place. He's got he's deafened and mutant right now. Oh, there we go. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hello.
How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, second place finish. There was a time when you were going for piety, and we thought we were making jokes like, you know, maybe thinks it's gonna go to Dominoes, and how long do you think it's gonna take for him to get to Malachi? Was there like a specific reasoning there, or were you just going with it to get some levels, get a skill point?
Well, the skill point did work out, but honestly, before Act 4 was like released, you had to kill piety to open the golden door, and the golden door was like right next to the TP. So with that mindset, I just had in my mind that I have to kill piety first before going to the last trial.
That's what I thought. I thought
Right.
that was my
you had to
thinking.
kill piety to open the door, but now it's the
Yeah, I don't think that's a mistake
tower.
on your guys' part. I think that's bad game design. But you're saying you're okay now, but it's been a while since the race has happened. How were you feeling during the race? Did you know your position? Did you know how close you were? For the longest time, you were third, but at the end of the race, you pulled out on the second spot. What were you thinking during the race?
Well, I didn't have any chat to help me, so I kind of just put on some music and go for it. And it's a race, so you do want to push it as much as you can. So I don't know. I didn't know where I was, but it didn't really matter. Just had to go.
Okay, so no chat at all. That's actually interesting. So I mean, it goes to show because, like we said, it was Don and Ghazzy neck and neck, and then you and Martin were like kind of behind. But then you got second place due to a lot of Ghazzy deaths, and it seemed like your strategy worked because
A lot of experts play from you too, of course.
Yeah. Did you actually notice in the beginning I killed Brutus and then clicked the door, but it didn't register, so I dug out, had to run it again. That was like
at the very beginning.
Oh, you mean Hillock?
Yeah, on Hillock,
Yeah.
not Brutus, Hillock.
Yeah, you have to enter the zone. Did you enter the zone?
I did, and I log out immediately, but it turns out I logged out.
Okay, yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh, you did go. Did that change actually your approach, or were you planning to not go for the Quicksilver from the very beginning?
I wasn't getting the Quicksilver at all. But after this happened, I didn't tilt at all. I just it's a fuck up. Just go for it. It happened.
All right.
It's a good attitude to have. I mean, every one of the other players made either a few mistakes or things happened. Some had more things happen than others. But you did very well. It was fun to watch. I mean, your widescreen setup. Do you think that helped you a little bit see a bit more in the room? Because it was very noticeable when you compare it to the other screens.
I've been using this since I know it exists.
Okay,
kind of. Cool. It's very good.
Yeah, I agree. I use it myself. I think it's quite the advantage, especially for ranged builds.
Yeah.
Which yours wasn't, but in the lab, you can see the barrage coming out sooner. You can see if he's about to leap from further away. So I don't think that affected the placement or anything, but it is definitely a fun little advantage that people did that you definitely recommend to people, right?
I would really like an official somehow a setting that would just not have it a white window in the middle of the screen, just like there. Yeah. Also, I want to say that this is the second race I'm doing here, and I gotta say I really appreciate your idea, and I really wish you success, and I think it's very good, and I think people enjoy it, and I'll be looking forward to doing more if you'd have me.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited to have it, to cast it, and obviously to watch it as well. And we do plan on a lot of stuff in the future. We're always trying to get more people in here and stuff. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So thanks for the kind words.
I gotta ask one more question though. Did you kind of forget about replacing your weapon for a while? Because you were pretty high level, and we were kind of thinking maybe you're going for some sort of level 1 weapon challenge. What was going on there?
The boarding ass, I completely forget about it. It got attack speed on it, and I was with it the whole time. Just forgot about it at all.
So
still,
yeah, please
go ahead.
You go ahead.
What I was saying that I did kind of get a lot of lucky with the loots. I got 2 kills. I just chaos my weapon. It went way better, 13% attack speed. Found 8% attack speed gloves and the 4-link. The 4-link was as soon as I entered Act 3, so that was pretty lucky on the gear. Overall,
Well,
I think did okay.
We could really see you improve a lot of things, whether your playstyle, the way you are gearing your character throughout the race. If you were to, if there was another person who would maybe want to get into racing and something that has maybe caused you a lot of problems, or you felt like it was a big improvement for your speed, like what would you recommend to people that want to improve as fast as possible? What really helped you out personally?
Well, the last race I did, I was doing it way in the old school way, so that wasn't up to date at all. I did a practice run here, and basically the idea is to have a, I don't know, just have a plan what you want to achieve. For example, you need like 2 transmutants and 2 alteration. So you got to have that mental idea that you need to get them during the game. So these little tasks, you just check out if you get them, and also just have a idea where you're gonna go and where you're gonna go next. That next step has to be in your mind before.
So the plan, you would say, going in with a plan helps out the most.
So as soon as you enter the town, first thought is where I'm going after I'm done here.
Mm-hmm. And is this something you've noticed yourself, or is this something somebody maybe told you?
Well, there's a lot of talk, and I've watched some of the streams. I watched most of the races since maybe the first one. So
Nice.
There's a lot of stuff you can learn, but also just practice. Also, the inventory management is only practice, I think. It's just hard.
Okay, awesome.
Well, we're happy to have you. We'll see you in the future events. You provide us with a lot of entertainment today, and congratulations on second place.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Thanks so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Well, I guess we'll do closing thoughts. Anything you want to say about the race? Anything that stuck out to you?
I think it was really, really cool, especially with the last interview with Grinwald. Like I said, it was really interesting to see how he was like picking up on these small things and making improvements throughout the entirety of the race, and slowly speeding up. Because yeah, there were some problems with Ghazzy, who did have a little bit better of a plan and did go faster through things, but you could really see that Grinwald was improving over the course of it, and ended up catching up quite a bit. So it's always super cool to see a sort of an upset like that, right? Because it wasn't really expected.
Yeah, I liked how there was like a range. You could tell that everyone knew that Don, and everyone voted for Don to be like the favorite, and because he's had the most experience. And then you have Martin, who provided us with endless amounts of entertainment and memes there. And then you have 2 other people that we know that we saw that were like kind of in between, right? And it's always fun to see someone like catch up. It's always fun to with Martin catching up, and then also with Grin catching up as well. It was like even if the skill difference is so vast, you can still have an interesting race. So that's what I liked about it.
Yeah, especially players like Ghazzy who are so animated, and you can tell that there are things going on, and yeah, it's really great. But closing it off, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Appreciate you guys sticking around for some of the Europeans to this late hour on a Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the content, and see you very soon. CuteDog.
Thank you. That's about it. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Havoc for doing all the OBS stuff behind the scenes, the operational stuff. And I think they want us to say that, like, if you are interested in racing and you can set up a stream with like decent quality, feel free to reach out to Havoc or Noogie. They're trying to expand this thing week over week, and hopefully get some key support one day.
Yep. Or join the racing Discord, post on Reddit, keep this rolling. And if you want to get in, like mentioned before, you can do it through all of these sources mentioned above. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks,
See you
guys.
soon.
Bye.